Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Thursday. That's normally when we do this, but happy Wednesday evening to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Achievement Chasers 24. So this is, I think we started it in October, but that essentially is our 2-year anniversary of doing this show. So it does not seem like it's been that long, but it's been fun. So what's up, dude? How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
All right. So my day has kind of been not terrible, but my internet was out until about an hour ago, so I wasn't even sure if we were going to be able to do the show. But yeah, so I had no internet like all day, so I was like, I literally could do almost nothing. And my cell reception at my house is so terrible. Even tethered to my phone, I got basically zero internet connection. So I was like, I feel like I'm living in the Stone Age here, and I can't do almost anything. It was terrible.
Can't even achievement hunt.
So if internet finally came back, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. This is like the, being out of water in the desert, and finally get the hose turned on. It's like, oh yes.
So wait, is your ISP on Cloudflare or whatever it is?
No, I was getting text updates from Comcast saying like there's work in your area, or just, they were texting me like, hey, there's an outage in your area. We're working on it. So they knew about it. Whether it was, I don't think it was scheduled, because normally when they do scheduled work, they let me know about it ahead of time, and usually it's done at night. But my internet was working fine when I went to bed last night. Then I woke up today and none of my internet was working. They're like, oh, it should be on by 1:00, and then it didn't come back on until like 4:30. So that was not fun.
Usually they're pretty good about that.
And normally when we do have outages like this, they actually over-promise or under-promise and over-deliver. So I will give them that. Usually they're like, oh, it'll be on by 1:00, and then it's on like 30 minutes later, like 3 hours earlier than what they said. But today was the other way around. It was like 3.5 hours after they said it was going to be back. So the slight consolation was that I had enough of a connection on my phone that I was able to tether my Metroid to my phone. So I was able to retro achievement hunt for a little bit. And I got some.
The only thing that sucks is apparently a couple days ago the Cloudflare thing hit them, because they are on Cloudflare.
They are. I get that prompt like a couple times a day where I got to check the box in order for the website to update. So what was there some sort of hack or something on Cloudflare, or what was the deal with that?
I think there was like a memory leak or something like that.
Okay.
That caused issues.
And I'm assuming that would affect everyone that uses Cloudflare, because there's a lot of them.
It was the second time in like 2 months that everything went, half the internet went down.
Oh my goodness! I didn't. Yeah, interesting. I didn't even hear about that,
because the AWS stuff happened about a month or a month and a half ago.
I did hear about that one. I don't think I was affected by it, but I did hear about that one.
Oh, that happened on a day I had to go into work, and for like 3/4 of the day I couldn't do anything because everything we're doing is on AWS.
Yeah, it's like,
so it's like I was just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, I had to drive 2 hours to get here to get to this.
Oh, that sucks. It's like, yeah, sometimes when you put all your eggs in one basket, it can really hang you out to dry. So, but all right. Well, I have quite a lot of things to talk about. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things on retro achievements, or actually 4, because one of them I didn't start till. So since we're doing this a little bit later in the month than we normally do, because normally try to do it at the beginning of the month, we're already halfway through November already. One of these I didn't actually start until November, so I'll save that one for next.
I'll just do all 7 like I usually do. I just do everything in between each day.
Yeah.
Each night.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 retro achievement things to talk about, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things to talk about for Xbox. Some of them will be pretty quick, but so
I've got 7.
You got 7 in total, or 7?
7 in total.
Okay.
Ever since the Clovergate thing happened, I kind of and just kind of meh on retro achievements for a little bit.
Yeah, totally get that. It hasn't stopped me from retro achievement hunting, but someone's asked like, "Hey, what do you think about it?" I'm like, "It sucks. I hate what they're doing," especially when one person said, "No, we're going to stick to, preservation," and then some other people came out like the very next day and be like, "No, we're not doing that." It's like that was really dumb. But it's like, I'm not paying them anything. So
I was until this happened.
yeah, I thought I heard that you were, but it's like I'm not paying anything. So me actually retro achievement hunting is actually using their
I was.
resources, so it's actually costing them more than not doing anything. Is how I'm looking at it. But nothing has directly affected me because not like any of the games that they've talked about I've played, and I probably never will. But if they start going more expanding the scope of things that they find objectionable and starts affecting games that I have played or plan to play, then I will definitely have a much stronger stance on it. But all right. So, anyways, I will go ahead and kick us off then because I got a whole bunch of things to talk about. So, hey, what's up, Nightmares in chat? Good evening, Nightmare. Happy Wednesday to you. We are just getting started. So, the first thing I'm going to talk, so I'm going to kind of stick to the same format I've been doing for the last few episodes, where I'll start going from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, and I'll talk about all my retro achievement stuff, and then I'll start after that. I'll do all my Xbox stuff starting at the beginning of the month, going to the end of the month. So, the kind of the thing I was playing at the very beginning of October, I think I talked about it on last episode, but because I think I think I had already beaten it, and I was working through hard. So, and that is Super Metroid Game Boy Advance Edition. It's a ROM hack of Metroid Zero Mission, and someone rebuilt Super Metroid in the Metroid Zero Mission engine, and it is freaking great. I love it. And so let's see here. I've got to find it because I've cycled through so many games recently. It's not my most recently played games now, but going off my memory, I think I had already beaten it on normal, and I was partially the way through it. Yes, I was part of the way through it on because oh no, never mind. I did not start it until the beginning of October, but I think it's because I had just started it, and we had our last episode like right after I started playing it. So I started it, and I have. Let's see. I have 32 out of the 46 achievements. I went through and beat it on normal, and then I beat it on hard. So I've beaten it on both difficulties. I have gotten all of the collectibles and all the maps and everything. Basically, the remaining achievements are for like beating each of the primary bosses has an achievement for beating it without taking damage. I did about half the bosses without taking damage, so I still got I got to do Kraid without damage. The one thing that because some of the characters weren't in like the code of Zero Mission, so they had to use some stuff that was in the code of Zero Mission. So some of the boss battles are different than what they were in Super Metroid. Like I think Fantoon is not in there. So they replaced it with the ghost boss from Zero Mission. But I have to do that boss without taking damage. Mother Brain without taking damage. That one will probably never happen because there's just so much crap shooting at you. And
You didn't even free the animals.
I have, and I've done it like 5 times, and the achievement just won't unlock for me. It's only worth 1 point, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I have gone to that room, and I've blown open the wall multiple times, and the achievement just won't unlock. So I could go and request the manual unlock, but it's only worth 1 point, so I haven't really bothered with it yet. So I have done it. It just was giving me trouble. And then there's a bunch of achievements for beating it in collecting under 25%, which I think that shouldn't be too difficult. It's the one where they've got achievements for beating it on normal and hard with 101% completion in under 2 hours. I doubt I'll ever do those. And there's a couple others that I do plan to get, like obtain the power bombs above, power bombs without getting space jump or morph ball. So there's a couple achievements for sequence breaking, which I could probably do. I just haven't made an attempt because of the challenge that I'm in. Just trying to get through as many. Get the story completion as many games as possible. So I'll come back to it at a later time, and I probably won't get 100%, but I'll probably try to do everything except for those 2 like 2 hour 100% achievements. But it is great. I love this. Love this hack. So I was just talking to Lois because Lois Expectations was on Party Chat last night. And after the stream was over, talking about we'll probably do a top 5 like we did last year, where we rank the top 5 favorite games that we played this year, regardless of what year they actually came out. This would probably be in my top 5 games I played this year because I love this a lot. And I loved it far more than the original Super Nintendo version of Super Metroid. I know that may be heresy to some, but the quality of life improvements that were added to this from being based off the Zero Mission rather than original Super Metroid is just like leagues ahead of the Super Nintendo version. It runs so much not run smoother, but like the the game is smoother because in Super Metroid, Samus is kind of slow and feels kind of clunky. Whereas Zero Mission, you're much faster and more nimble, and so the gameplay is just feels better. And the fact that it's like all your different
That's
abilities,
subjective.
and like one of my number one biggest complaint with Super Metroid is how all the abilities are tied to cycling through one button. And in this, it's just like Zero Mission, where your shoot button is your shoot button, but if you hold the right trigger or the R button or the shoulder button, it switches to missiles when you hit the shoot button instead. Same thing with like bombs. Are just when you're a morph bomb, you hit your shoot button to drop a bomb, but you hold the shoulder button and then hit bomb to drop a power bomb. So it's just you don't have to cycle through all these different abilities. You just have like instant access to all these different abilities, and it just makes the game so much better, in my opinion. I think I might have mentioned this on last episode, but uh, my one complaint is that because there is no mother brain like data set in Zero Mission, when you beat Mother Brain from the glass jar, there's no like Mother Brain like monster mode. It just you defeat the glass jar version and then you do the escape sequence. So that's my one and only gripe with it, is that you're missing that second part of the boss fight because there was no code in the game to work from to have that full fight. So, but other than that, it was fantastic, and I like it better than the original version of Super Metroid. By
Blasphemy.
far. It'll be blasphemous to Super Metroid purists, but it just plays so much better. And one other thing that was a really nice quality of life improvement is there is no grapple beam. What they did is, because there's no grapple beam in Zero Mission, and the grapple beam in Super Metroid is also very clunky. What they did instead is they replaced it with, there they had to have been in Zero Mission as well, but they were in Fusion as well. There's like the conveyors across the ceiling, and you can hold on to it and go back and forth. They just replaced the grapple beams with those, and you just can't grab onto them until you get the power up. But once you get the power up, then you can grab on, and it'll take you, back and forth.
I think those were in Zero Mission.
Yeah, it had to have been in Zero Mission. I just don't remember it being in Zero Mission. I clearly remember it being in Fusion because I played Fusion about 15 times this year to the Japanese version. And I went back and played the American version as well. So I know that they're in that one, and I would assume that they had to have been in Zero Mission because, like I said, this ROM hack is
They'll have 100% of Fusion in under 2 hours.
Yeah, I've beaten it under 2 hours, but not 100%. I think my best percentage in under 2 hours is about 65%.
You just need to know the route.
Yeah, I know the route to easily beat it in under 2 hours. I just need to learn the route to beat it under 2 hours and get all the collectibles. I do plan to do those, and I want to get them at some point. I just don't know when I'll get back around to getting them, but I feel like I could probably do it.
How about Bare Bones?
I was talking about that on last episode because I was working on Bare Bones, which is beat it with the minimum number of collectibles, and I'm at the exact same place on the Bare Bones playthrough as I am for the what playthrough is it? But anyways, the exact same place as I'm the one boss in Fusion I haven't been able to beat without taking damage.
No, the Yakuza.
Yakuza, yes. That's the exact same spot I'm stuck on my Bare Bones playthrough, because it's like I can easily beat him if I have tons of missiles, but when I'm playing with Bare Bones, I only have like 15 missiles and I have no energy tanks. So it's like 2 hits and I'm dead, and he's jumping all over the place. So I don't know how it's possible to, 1, beat him without taking damage, and 2, beat him without having a crap load of missiles. So I kind of gave up on that. I don't know if I'll ever do that. But yeah, that's where I'm stuck on both of those playthroughs is at Yakuza. But so yeah, Super Metroid GBA Edition is a fantastic ROM hack. Highly recommend it. I have found another Super Metroid ROM hack called Super Metroid Revamp. It does not have retro achievements. It doesn't even have a page on retro achievements. I submitted it to get a page. I've heard it's better than Super Metroid GBA Edition, but I have the ROM hack, but I have not played it yet. So I don't know what's different about it. I was just looking through there's a Metroid ROM hack page where just you can go and look up like the details on like every single ROM hack, and people who have played them can basically like not vote, but like rate the ROM hacks. I think it's called like Metroid Construction or something like that. So I discovered Super Metroid Revamp, and a bunch of people in there on the comments were saying that they liked it even better than the Super Metroid GBA Edition. So if that version ever gets a achievement set, I will absolutely play that one, and I'll be able to determine whether I like Super Metroid Revamp or GBA Edition better. But until that point, Super Metroid GBA Edition was great, and I do recommend it. I liked it far more than the original version of Super Metroid. Oh, that's my other complaint. My one other complaint is in this original version of Super Metroid, for some reason, arbitrary reason, which makes no sense at all whatsoever. But once you go into the very last area, Turian, right?
I think so, yeah.
Where you go to fight Mother Brain, the door locks behind you, and if you save in there, you cannot get back out. There's no reason why. You should be able to just open the door and go back out to the rest of the world. But no, it locks behind you. And because of that, there are some missable achievements in Super Metroid. I would think that they would get rid of that in the Super Metroid GBA Edition, but no, they kept that in. So if you go in and you save, you're stuck there and you can't get back out. It's like, why wouldn't you change it so that you can leave? Because of that, I was not able to get my 100% on my normal playthrough, my first playthrough. I got the 100% on my second playthrough when I was playing through on hard, because they didn't fix that and you still get locked in. It's like, you've made all these nice quality of life improvements. Why the heck did you keep that in and not fix that? That was really dumb. That was my other major complaint, is that you can't leave once you go in and save. Obviously, if you haven't saved yet, you can just quit and reload your last save. But if you've saved in there, then you're screwed and you have to start the whole game over again if you missed any collectibles. And we're going for 100%.
At least with the original Super Metroid, they were still trying to figure out what they wanted to do with that genre.
I mean,
because they only had Metroid 1 and Metroid 2, and
exactly,
Super Metroid kind of felt like the first perfection.
Yeah, it's like Super Metroid was like, the original Metroid when it came out was kind of mind-blowing for the time because it was non-linear and you could go in whatever direction you want. I firmly stand on the fact that the original Metroid is not a good game. It might have been a game changer at the time, but it is painful to go back and play. It has not aged well. It has aged horribly. And then Metroid 2, going from NES to Game Boy, was a massive improvement. And then going from Game Boy to Super Nintendo for Super Metroid was even more of like light years ahead, like mind-blowing. That was a huge game changer. I think Super Metroid is still a good game, and it's aged far better than the original Metroid, but I don't think it's aged that great. I think Fusion has aged better than Super Metroid.
I think part of the reason why I like Super Metroid is the fact that you can beat the bosses in reverse order.
By sequence breaking?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is always fun to be able to sequence break in Metroidvanias. So
it's just impressive that you can actually kill the bosses in reverse order, and it just blows your mind whenever you see someone do it.
That is pretty great. So
maybe I'll send one to you. See, I think there's a video I watched that talks about how it works.
Oh, okay. I was like, send it to me. I'm like, I'm assuming you're talking about a video that shows either someone doing it or explaining how to do it. While we're on the topic of Metroid, I also finally got the Metroid Prime art book that was delayed many times showed up. And this thing is beautiful. I still haven't even looked through it all entirely. And I don't want to bend the pages because it's just super high quality and super nice, very glossy. But this thing is high quality and it is great. So, and it's a thick boy too. So it's very nice. I love it. So, and then actually skip this one because it's also Metroid related. And I'll come back to the one I was just about to talk about. But I played another Metroid ROM hack called So Little Bubble. It's just a short little one. And it's got like 8 achievements, and there's an achievement for beating it like minimalist in under like 6 minutes.
Looks like it has 16 achievements.
Oh, that could, yeah. It's one of those like micro hacks. It has, doesn't have very many achievements in it. And so I played So Little Bubble, and it's got like the minimalist achievement is for, there's only like 5 collectibles in it because it's so small. But you have to get it in under like 6 minutes with like no items collected or as few as possible. And then there's like the 100% for collecting all like 7 of them or whatever in under 7 minutes. And those are pretty difficult. I think my best time on either of them is like 7.5 minutes, even not going for the 100%. So I've got almost all I believe I have all the achievements except for those 2. I don't have it pulled up here in front of me. But that was a fun little micro hack. Yeah, I've got 14 out of the 16. So, and that was in a matter of 30 minutes. So a short little one, and it was fun. Just wanted another kind of little palate cleanser sort of thing. No, that was a fun little one. But yeah, getting this under 53% in less than 6 minutes and 100% in under 7 minutes.
Man, you're really loving these Metroid hacks.
Is pretty tricky. I've still got, actually, let me pull it up here. I'm going to pull up Metroid and narrow it down to ROM hacks. So I have a total of 24 in my list of want to play it, and I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them so far. So a lot of them are, I basically played all the micro hacks so far. All the rest of ones are actually like full game hacks that take like 10, 20 hours to complete. And I've got a lot of them that I want to play. So the one that I'm most looking forward to, I did also mention this, is because it came out in August, it's called Metroid, Super Metroid X Fusion. And it's like I forget if it's a ROM hack of Super Metroid or Metroid Fusion, but it's kind of like fusing the two together. And someone was working on a retro achievement set for it, and then all of a sudden no one was working on it. So I think they I went and looked at the comments, and I think whoever was working on it said that, I just have too many things on my plate right now. I'm going to release it so that if someone else wants to work on it, they can work on it. So right now, no one is working on a set. It is a hack of Super Metroid, and they're basically, so it's kind of like the reverse, where like the Super Metroid GBA edition is building Super Metroid in Metroid Zero Mission. This one is basically rebuilding Metroid Fusion, but within Super Metroid. So it's kind of like the reverse. So someone was working on an achievement set, but no one is now. There's 112 requests on this hack, so I assume that it'll get an achievement set at some point. But that's another. On that Metroid construction site I was talking about, people have put comments on it. They're like, "This is a pretty good hack. It's hard from what I hear." But I'm looking forward to playing that one. And there's a bunch of other, like I said, there's a bunch of other hacks that I'm looking forward to playing. I've got my list of hacks in total. Let me pull up across.
Well, a specific game has 78 hacks again, or 78 requests again.
Which one is that?
Pokemon Clover.
Oh, Clover. So out of all the games that I want to play, I have 147 that are hacks. Out of like the 550 that I have like in my want to play list, 147 of them are ROM hacks of some across. Most of them are, a large majority of them are between Metroid hacks, Zelda hacks, and Mega Man hacks. But I've got a few like from Banjo-Kazooie and Castlevania and stuff as well. But most of them are those 3. So I've got a lot of ROM hacks that I want to play as well. But yeah, so Little Bubble, little short one. I need to go back and get those last achievements. I do plan to 100% that one at some point. I just don't know when I'll get back to it. But and then the one I skipped a minute ago that I was going to talk about is Zelda Oracle of Ages, because I did a couple months ago. I did Link's Awakening, both the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color version, 100% in both of those. So the next one up was Oracle of Ages, and I'm going through on my first playthrough, on the minimalist playthrough, where I don't get any heart containers. And the boss of, I think it's the third dungeon, whichever dungeon it is, you get the switch hook. That boss is a royal pain in the ass without any health. I did beat him once, and I got the achievement for beating him, for just beating the dungeon. But because there's an achievement for beating each boss without taking damage. I don't know how you beat this boss without taking damage. But what I did was I beat it. I got the.
You're talking about Eyesore?
I don't know the name because it doesn't like tell you the names of the bosses in the game. But if you're looking up my retro achievements, it should be like the last achievement I got in the game.
Burning Flame.
Because the achievements are for completing the dungeons, not for beating the actual bosses.
Yeah, no, I made this achievement list.
Oh yeah, that's right. You made the Oracle of Ages.
At least the original set. You
did seasons 2, right?
Yes. But they both had revisions whenever they unlock the points that you could put in a game. And then and they did that so you could do the Link games too.
Right.
Because I originally didn't feel it was fine to have it being like at the original 400. That way everyone was setting a list to whenever you had to have play through another game to get the rest of the achievements.
It shouldn't. Yeah, your achievement shouldn't. In order to get 100% in this one, you shouldn't have to play another game in order to get 100% in this one. Is what you're saying, right?
Well, it was more that I was hoping to do something like how Xbox does DLC, where it'd be like 500 points.
Gotcha.
So like any of the Link game achievements would have been like the extra 100 points. And people, but it was just the way that the system was done back then. Now there's no limit on how many points you can put into a game.
Right. So yeah, so I pulled it up. Yes, Eyesore. Eyesoar.
I don't remember ever having trouble with him.
That boss. So the whatever dungeon I'm in, I've beaten all the previous dungeons bosses without taking damage, but just beating him first off without any, having just your 3 hearts is a pain in the butt, and beating him without taking damage, I don't know if I'll even be able to do that.
Like I said, I don't remember having a hard time with that one.
He is such a pain in the butt. I've had to fight him like 20 times just to be able to beat him. So I beat him. I completed the dungeon, got the achievement, but then I didn't save, and I reloaded my save so I could go back and try it again and get the achievement for beating without taking damage. And then I've tried him like another 20 times, and I'm like, forget it. I'm just gonna move on. And I'm just trying to get past him so I can move on, and I can't even beat him again in order to continue on. So what I should have done is I should have made a copy of my save before I beat him so that I could continue on with one save and then have that save ready to go so I can go back to him whenever I wanted to. But I've done that like 3 or 4 times in the last few months where I discover after the point that I need it, like with Metroid Fusion, that I didn't realize you could copy your save data. And if I had realized that sooner, it would have saved me a bunch of time. But I'm just stuck on him now, and I can't get past him. I haven't played it since October 13th because I'm just so frustrated with this boss. So I haven't gone back to it.
Like I said, I don't remember having much trouble with that one.
Yeah, he's a pain because he's
the only 2 that I have problems with in ages was the last 2 bosses.
It's been so long since I played it, I don't remember the last 2 bosses.
Pretty much the Dungeon 8 boss and the final boss.
But yeah, so the annoying thing is he's like this flying like eye mouth thing, and he's got these little ones that fly around him. And
you just got to be careful.
And there are 4 of them, and so he's like right here, and they circle around, and then they go out wider. And what you have to do is you have to hit him with the switch hook to switch places, and that makes him vulnerable for a few seconds. Then you wail away at him with your sword, and you got to keep doing that. But after you switch with him, the little guys that are going around him stop going around, and they kind of like dive in at you. So being able to and you only have like 2 seconds to do damage to him before he becomes invulnerable to your hits again. You have to hit him with switch hook, but it's tough to hit him with the switch hook because the little guys flying around will intercept the hits, and it doesn't like deflect them or anything. It just causes your switch hook to go back to you. And when you're doing your switch hook, you can't move. You're just stuck in place until the animation plays out. So they'll like block the hit and then they'll hit you. So it's such a pain in the butt to just be able to hit him with the switch hook without taking damage. And then once you do switch hook him, you only have a couple seconds to hit him before they start attacking you. And it's very, very difficult to do without taking damage. It's a pain. And so, like I said, I'm just trying to just beat him again so I can move on and just give up on the damageless achievement for now. And I can't even beat him again in order to move on. And another thing that's a real pain is getting back every time I die, getting back to that boss fight is a pain in the butt too, because the little like warp room you unlock in this dungeon is really far away from the final boss fight. So you have to go through like, it takes like 3 or 4 minutes to get back to him every single time, because getting back to the boss fight room is just such a royal pain in the butt. It's like, can you just put that warp like right outside the boss so I can just keep going fighting the boss and I have to go through all these puzzles over and over and over again? So,
I sent you a video about how to do all the bosses in that game with damageless.
Okay, I will take a look at that. Maybe that'll reinvigorate me to, because I will. I'm absolutely going to go back and finish it.
After watching the fight again, it's like, yeah, you just gotta time it right. It's not like his outside his shields are actually moving fast.
No, they're not moving too fast. It's just it's difficult, especially with, like I said, with switch hook. You can't move, and the animation is slow. So if you don't time it right, you're basically screwed. But thanks. I will check that out, and maybe that'll reinvigorate me, because I was gonna do all the handheld Zeldas for the challenge that we're doing, because multiple games in a franchise get bonus points. But because we're getting so late in the year, and there's some games that I absolutely want to get done, I've given up on getting a lot of these done before the end of the year. I am still going to play through a lot of these franchises from beginning to end. It's not going to happen before the end of the year, except for the one that I'm like is primary is goal numero uno is getting through the Doom games, because I want to get through Doom Dark Ages before the end of the year so that I can vote on it for game of the year if it is my game of the year. So
it was okay. But it's still the only game I played this year that came out this year.
I've played quite a few games that came out this year, and a bunch of them were in October. So I'll get to those later. But I have a feeling that Doom Dark Ages will be up there for my game of the year, if not my actual game of the year. But that's my goal number one, is to get through all the Doom games so I can get through Doom Dark Ages, so that I can vote on it having actually played it, not just be like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good game even though I haven't actually played it. So I will be going back and playing through and getting almost all of the achievements in Oracle of Ages, and then Oracle of Seasons, and then Minish Cap, and then Phantom Hourglass, and
just be careful. I think Minish Cap has some glitches in the game that can cause some issues.
Okay. Spirit Tracks, that's the other one.
And that's not really a retro achievements issue. It's a Capcom issue.
Okay.
Because that's who developed Minish Cap.
Yeah. Oracle of Ages and Seasons and Minish Cap were all published by Capcom.
Developed by Capcom. They were published by Nintendo.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Developed by Capcom, but published by Nintendo. I had it backwards. So I am going to be going through all those. It's just not going to happen before the end of the year. Same with like Zelda, because I had all these franchises that I was planning on getting through for our challenge, and I've barely got through like any of them. So I'm still going to start at the original Zelda 1 on NES, which I've never played, and then Zelda 2, which I've never played, and then Link's Awakening, and then Ocarina of Time, then Majora's Mask, and then Wind Waker.
Not Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past.
Did I say Link's Awakening?
Yep.
I meant Link to the Past, because it's been a very long time since I played that. But yeah, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, both versions of Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. But Skyward Sword will have achievements by then. So I'm still planning on playing through all these franchises. It's just not going to happen before the end of the year. So, yeah, Oracle of Ages. I'm stuck in the middle of. I'm pretty sure it's Dungeon 3. I will get back to it, just not.
Looks like it's Dungeon
this
4.
year. Dungeon 4. Okay, just won't get back to it before the end of this year. And then, as usual, I've been plugging away at Mega Man Powered Up, because there's so many things to do in that one. It's that's what I was playing most of today, because it's really the only thing it's like, what's something that I can actually make some progress on that's not really like heavy, like story
Eventually
based.
one of these days we'll have multi-set.
Yes. So I got like 20 achievements in Mega Man Powered Up just today, but I'm currently at 168 out of 480, which is 35% of them. So I'm just piecemealing that one because there's just so much stuff to do in that one. So I just play that one here and there a little bit. So I've been playing that one, but I still I've gotten all the achievements for Proto Man. He's easily the best one in the game. I still haven't beaten the Wily on hard with Mega Man. That's the only thing I have left, is the final level on hard on Mega Man. But other than that, I've just been going through and beating it on easy and some of normal with just the various characters. So just chipping away at that one little by little. So yeah. So not going to get into it, but as I said, I'm trying to make my goal number one is getting through the Doom game. So right now I'm playing the Ultimate Doom, which is a ROM hack for the original, the Game Boy Advance version of Doom, because they took some stuff out of the retail release, and so people basically hacked the removed material back into the game. So it's exactly the same as original Doom 1.
Just on the GBA.
Just on the GBA. So
and they probably had to remove it because of space on the cartridge.
That's what I'm assuming, because what I believe is because the original Doom had, assuming this is the exact same as the original Doom, which I'm almost positive it is, has 4 episodes. And I'm pretty sure that the retail version of Doom only has the first 3 episodes. They took the 4th episode out, but the Ultimate Doom added that 4th episode back in, and oh my gosh, that one is a pain in the butt. I was playing it last night, and I'm playing through it on Hurt Me Plenty, which is like the normal difficulty, and I can't even beat the first level in this episode. So it is a freaking annoying, because at the beginning of every episode, it takes all your stuff away and you're starting from scratch again. And there's like barely any ammo on this level, and there's so many enemies. It's like, how are you supposed to possibly be able to beat this? So I've been getting very frustrated at this first level, but I've beaten everything up to that point on Hurt Me Plenty. But I do have a lot of other stuff to do in it, because there's an achievement for every level for beating it with 100% kills, secrets, and items, which is a pain because there's no way to check.
To be honest, they probably shouldn't have made it so you had to get 100% items, because even speedrunners don't do that, because they know there's always going to be like that one item they can't pick up because they got damaged themselves or something like that.
So, like the ammo and stuff doesn't count. It's only like armor bonuses and health bonuses. So it's not everything in the level, but it's annoying because there is no indicator that you got it all. You have to just hope you got everything, and then at the end of the level, if you did, the achievement will unlock, and if not, you got to go do the whole thing over again. So if they just had something indicating before you finish the level to like, hey, you've got 100% of these, it would make it drastically better. But I did all of those achievements. Oh, because there's an achievement for every level for just beating it on Hurt Me Plenty. There's an achievement for getting 100% items, secrets, and kills. And there's an achievement for beating each level for under par time. So every level has 3 achievements. I did all 3 of those for every level in episode 1. But after that, I'm just going through and beating all the levels on Hurt Me Plenty. And then because of time, like I said, I'm trying to get through these games fast. So I'll go back and get the rest of them.
Well, at least the 100% are not on the higher difficulty.
Yeah, those you can do on any difficulty. So I'm going to go back through and play through them on the easiest difficulty and get all those ones. But I will go back and do those for all the levels later on. I'm just trying to get through and get the story completion, so I can get through the Doom games. But it for a Game Boy Advance first-person shooter, it runs quite well. It's just when you hit the select button, it brings up the map. just like you can do on the original one, where you can have the map overlay as you're running around. But if you have the map up while you're moving, then it chugs. The frame rate drops to like single digits, so it's not worth having it. But when you don't have the map on, it's surprising how smooth the game runs. The only thing is that I think the way they were able to get it to run so smooth is that it is incredibly pixelated. It's like the Game Boy Advance is supposed to be a handheld Super Nintendo. It is not at all, because the Super Nintendo version looks light years better than this. It is very pixelated and difficult to see.
You also have to remember the screen that they were going for as well. So,
that I just noticed that today. Both Doom 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance are rated teen, not M, which I found surprising. But yeah, it does not look good when I'm watching the video. So like I said, when I went through episodes 1 and got all 100% of the items and stuff, I was watching videos to see where all the secrets are, so I didn't miss anything. And watching someone play the actual Doom 1 version, it looks so crisp and clean. And then go into the Game Boy Advance one, and it's like, this is like playing like a first-person shooter in 8-bit graphics. Like, this does not look good.
This screen is way bigger than the GBA screen.
Yes, that is true as well.
So you got to remember what they were working with.
So, but yeah, so that's what I'm working through right now. I actually just started Doom 2 because I was like, getting through episode 4 is a pain. So let me start Doom 2. So I played the first few levels of Doom 2, and the achievements are for only getting 100% of kills and secrets. You don't have to get 100% of items. I was like, oh, thank goodness. The achievements in Doom 2 are going to be way easier. However, I am also playing a hack called Doom 2 the way it did, and not the actual retail release version of Doom 2. And there's
I only do retail.
There's only 8 completions of this hack so far. So I plan to be completion number 9, because the achievements in this hack are not very difficult, and none of them even require any difficulties. So you can do it all on the easy difficulty and get 100% of the achievements. So I don't know why there's only like 80 people who have played this hack, but I'm surprised that only like 8 people have mastered it so far. So I'm going to be one of those, hopefully be in the top 10 of masteries on this one, because it's not difficult. So, but Nightmare said, would it kill Xbox to just use dollars instead of points? Well, if you're talking about the currency, they used to have, Microsoft points, and they switched that.
It used to be 80 points to $1.
80 points to $1. They switched that a long time ago, thankfully. But I'm assuming you're talking about like gamer score. But that wouldn't really translate to dollars.
No, I think he's talking about the points in their rewards program.
The rewards program. Gotcha. That would make sense. Yes. I think. Actually, no, I'm not even going to say that, because I have no idea what the conversion rate is to points to dollars. But yeah, would it kill you just dollars? 100 points or 1,000 points to $1. Yeah, that would make things much easier. So, but yeah, so that covers all of my retro achievement stuff for October. So, dude, what do you got for us?
Well, one thing I did do is I finished up a Dynasty Warriors game. Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends.
Yeah, so, I saw that, because like Dynasty Warriors, what was the one you did before that? Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends, right?
Yes.
That one took you a while, but
that's because it was the original game and the Extreme Legends put together.
But this one, you burned through it pretty quick, and it had more, or did it have more achievements than
it did have more, but it's because he took my advice and actually like separated each Muso to have, so that you actually only had to beat each level in a session instead of beating all 7 levels in a session.
Okay.
Because of the way that game does its saving.
So
because you could just play through the first 6 stages on easy and then beat the last stage on the chaos difficulty. So he took my advice and was like, okay, I'll just make, and he just made a achievement for every level for each character's Muso mode on the highest difficulty.
So you were in contact with the achievement developer?
I just did on the comments page.
Oh, on the comments page, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and I mainly said it because it's like I don't like spending a couple hours and then having to leave my PC on overnight because of that. Because it's like you could always just get screwed over, but trying to redo it over and over again.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. So yeah, you were able to burn through it pretty quickly. So Dynasty Warriors 3
quickly for a Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah, for a Dynasty Warriors game. It had 418 achievements, and let's see here. You started it September 10th, and you finished it October 24th. So you have all 18 worth 3,827 points, mastered in 202 hours, 203 hours essentially. So, what any highlights from that?
I mean, to be honest, since I already had the characters already mostly built up, outside of the others because they were given their own stories in this Extreme Legends expansion. That's kind of like the main draw of the expansion. Because later games they would put it in the main game, but so like there was 7 characters that got new stories.
Okay.
Then there was also achievements for going through all the other characters on the new highest difficulty.
So kind of like for me, the Mega Man is kind of just chipping away at it. It's like doing the same thing over and over again, just with different characters.
It's at least it's different stages for each character.
Okay.
There's like between 20 and 30 stages in the game, and there's of course you have different sides for each character or each faction. So because of that, it has a much wider variety than that Mega Man game does.
Yeah, the one slight thing is that as you're playing through on the Mega Man game, when certain stages have certain areas that only specific characters can get to, so sometimes the level plays a little bit differently depending on which character you're playing as. But yeah, for the most part, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. So at least this one has a little bit more variety, it sounds like.
Yep, but it's still the same game. It's still just hacking and slashing you hundreds of enemies.
So,
but I did get to a point where I was just going straight to the final boss and just killing him immediately. Made it go faster.
So rather than like actually playing through the level in its entirety, just speed running it to the boss.
Yeah, because usually there's a point where you're always just trying to kill everyone before they can get to your boss. So you're pretty much defending your own boss from all the enemies that decide they want to kill everybody. Because the way that chaos mode works is that it increases the morale of the enemy while decreasing the morale of your allies at the start of the stage. So because of that, it's really hard to keep your allies alive. Almost impossible.
So yeah, so if the stage takes longer, it makes it much more difficult. So just bum rush the boss, and it makes it easier.
Yep,
that makes sense. So, so what would you say was the most difficult achievement?
I would say going through Zhurong's Muso mode on Chaos, just because she's not that good.
Okay, just because. So it's going through the hardest difficulty with this specific character, and this character is not very good.
Yeah, because with her boomerang weapon, she's really slow. She doesn't have a whole lot of range, and she doesn't even have any moves that can actually kill things quickly either.
Oh, that one sounds like a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
And were there any like overall grindy achievements, or is it just basically like beat all the level, beat all the levels with each character on the highest difficulty?
There was one grindy achievement, and that was because of a special outfit that was put in the game from one of the from a companion game, and you had to max out all the points for every character because after you beat a stage, you get a certain amount of points based on your performance, and you can get a character up to 99,999.
That's right. I remember you mentioning that last.
The biggest problem with that is that whenever I transferred the save over from the main game to this game, it did not transfer the points for the characters.
I remember you mentioning that.
But it transferred all the items, all the weapons, and all the stat boost I got put on all the characters. So
just not the experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just had to keep running the same stage over and over again with each character.
So that one shouldn't have been as grindy as it was, but you just drew the short straw on that one, it sounds like.
I think it's just the way the game was designed, so it's the developer's fault, not the RA developer's fault. And the only reason why I put it in the game is because there wasn't an unlockable for it.
Oh, okay. So that was basically, it wasn't like a fault, like you transfer the data and something got corrupted, it was never intended for the experience to come over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that something failed in the transfer process and you only got some of what you were supposed to have.
Nope, that's just how it works.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and then yeah, at least you got all your equipment. Then you basically have to start from scratch and rebuild them all the way up to max again.
Yep. But at least whenever I was going through each character's story mode, I was at least getting a decent amount of points for that. So I didn't have to go do it as much for the grind.
Okay. So, let me see here.
I mean, there were a couple of the characters' fifth weapons because the way this game is, you have 5 weapons now in the Extreme Legends. Of course, the 4th weapons were from the original game, so they would transfer over. But the 5th weapons you had to get in the new difficulty, and some of them are better, some of them are worse than the 4th weapons, and some of them are just side grades, depending on how you want to play the character.
So, all right. So you have played and mastered Retro Tunes Dynasty Warriors 1, 2, 3.
No, not 1. Is PSP.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors PSP. Thank you. Dynasty Warriors for PSP, Dynasty Warriors 2, 3 Extreme Legends, 4 Extreme Legends, 5 Extreme Legends.
And by the way, 5 and 4 Extreme Legends, they're combined with the original version as well.
Because 3, there's the original and Extreme Legends, but 4 is basically both of them in one set.
Yes, and same thing with 5.
Okay, so there is no non-Extreme Legends for Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5.
Unless they decide to do the Xbox versions whenever they get OG Xbox.
Okay. Yeah, we're just on
because
PS2,
for some reason, Xbox rarely gets the Extreme Legends expansions.
So, anyways, where I was going with that is, since you've got a lot of Dynasty Warriors under your belt, which one has been your favorite?
I think 4 was my favorite during that era.
Okay. So
just the music and the way everything works is just really good. Although 5 is a close contender because some of the improvements they made to the movesets.
Okay.
And what's crazy is they just released another set.
Oh yeah, you tagged me on that. Which one was that?
Dynasty Warrior 6. The crazy thing is about Dynasty Warrior 6 though is that it was originally released on 360 and PS3. But then they backported it to PS2. But they added new movesets for some of the characters they had as clones. And they added some story modes.
So the PS2 version is better than the PS3 and 360 version?
At least when it comes to content.
That's hilarious. And so the PS2 version, obviously, that's the one that just got retro achievements, right?
Yes. Okay. And I do actually have the full completion on 360.
Okay. Are you planning on doing the PS2 retro achievements?
Eventually. Just not anytime soon.
Anytime soon, yeah. It's like
I actually think Dynasty Warrior 6 is the worst game in the series.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, wait, it's the second worst now that I think about it because I almost forgot about the traumatic experience that was 9.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them, but I've heard the Dynasty Warriors 9 is not good.
It's they do an open world in the worst way possible.
So, but yeah, between Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, 4 and 5, you got that's 213, 418, 294, and 341. God, that's like 1,000 achievements right there just between those like 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've done a lot more Dynasty Warriors on the main consoles as well, like 360, PS3, PS4. I've done so many Warriors games even on their official sets.
Oh, yeah, on the official ones on the newer consoles.
Like on 360 alone, I've done all 3 Warriors Orochis. I've done Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires, 7, 8, 9.
However, those are more limited on their achievement sets, though, because
here's the thing, though, they're still extremely grindy.
Yes, it's just there's for like this one, Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends with 418 achievements. You're not getting 418 achievements on 360 unless it's like Master Chief Collection.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, the Warriors Retro achievement on PS2 and our retro achievements, it's not that much different. It's not that much different from of a grind than what the 360 version is.
That would be my guess. Like the grind, like how long it takes is probably the same. It's just retro achievements. You're probably gonna get a lot more achievements out of it.
Yeah, you're gonna get more and more throughout the run than what you would do, because
they're not limited to how many achievements, so you'll be able to get more as you go rather than have to wait till you get to the end and get a whole bunch of them all at once, sort of thing.
I need to start working on the Samurai Warriors game. They have Samurai Warriors Extreme Legends on PS2 here, but there's someone working on Samurai Warriors 2, and the thing is, though, I've never played Samurai Warriors 3 because it was a Wii exclusive.
Do you know if that one is getting an achievement set worked on possibly for the Wii launch?
It is claimed by the same guy who's done most of the other Dynasty Warriors games.
Oh, it's claimed? So,
yes.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I added those Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, 4 Extreme Legends, and 5 Extreme Legends, and that's 1,266 achievements between those 4 games. So, so I'm very much looking forward to the Wii launch on Retro Achievements. I've got all of my Wii games that I want to play ready to go. I am a little disappointed that they are for Metroid. They're doing Metroid Prime 3 and Other M. They're like, we're not doing Metroid Prime Trilogy, at least for launch. I'm sure it'll get retro achievements later on.
I think it's because they wanted to get like as many games as possible out, because if they do a compilation, it's going to take way longer.
Right.
To get everything right.
I'm sure Metroid Prime Trilogy will get a retro achievement set at some point, but it's not going to be available for launch. So I'm
It'll be like the
collector's
edition.
That.
It'll be like the Zelda collector's edition for GameCube.
Exactly. So, but I'm looking forward to playing Prime 3 again and be able to play it for retro achievements. I'm not looking forward to playing Other M again, but I will play it for retro achievements. And I'm looking forward to playing through the Metroid Prime 3 trilogy whenever that does get retro achievements.
You still need to finish Prime 2.
Yes, I do plan to go back and do that before I play Prime 3 for retro achievements.
Especially now that the speedrun achievement is way more doable.
Yeah. So I'll probably be doing that in January once our challenge is over, so I don't have this like looming thing like resting on my shoulders. Like, got to get all this stuff done. So I'll be able to breathe a little bit of sigh of relief. So I won't have as much, games pressing on me like, hey, you need to get this done in a short period of time. So, all right. Anything else you want to mention, talk about on Dynasty Warriors?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. All right. So, switching over to the Xbox side of things.
That is actually that is technically my only retro achievement game. I do have one other game that I played that was a Super Nintendo game, but I only did that because it had a 2-point achievement I could get because I was like at 66,664.
Oh, you wanted that specific
I literally
number?
won 66,666 as my point total, and I sent a message to some people in that secondary RA Discord and like, hey, does anyone have a 2-point achievement I can get immediately from logging in just so I could get this point total?
Yeah, that's great. I've done that with my Xbox gamer score a few times. Like I hit 100,000 exactly, and then I lined it up so that I had 123,456. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last one I remember doing is just like yours. I have a picture here on my iPad. I took a screenshot of it when I got my gamer score to exactly 666,666, and I did it with an achievement from Doom 2016.
Nice.
So on my screenshot, you see I took a picture of my True Achievements page, and so 666,666, and the game banner behind it was Doom 2016. So that was great. So I've done that a few times myself. I haven't done it with my retro achievement score, but I have done it with my Xbox gamer score a few times. So
it's a bit easier to do with your retro achievement score.
Yeah, there's a lot more to pick from because there's a lot more like 1 and 2 point achievements on Xbox. Like anything, there's achievements that are not divisible by 5. There's not a lot of them. So
I really need to finish that Luxor game just so I can get my achievement score back to a normal number.
Which game is that?
Luxor. You know that?
Oh, the puzzle game
arcade
from
game?
360?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the little balls are going around in a circle.
I think so.
I've never played the game, but I know what game you're talking
But it
about.
has a bunch of achievements that
They're odd values.
yeah, it has a ton. Let me look it up while you're talking about something else.
Because my gamer score was offset by, when I say odd gamer score, I just mean not divisible by 5. And my gamer score was odd for, it's not at the moment, but it's been odd.
Yeah,
for
Luxor 2. The first achievement is 14 gamer score.
14.
Then there's 16. There's a 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19.
That's an early Xbox Live Arcade game, so it's 200 in total, right?
Yes.
So I know of that game. I didn't realize it had odd gamer score values. But yeah, my gamer score has been odd for over a decade, probably closer to 15 years. And it all started because of Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, because that game has some of the most retarded achievements in all of Xbox history. And because of what it takes to acquire them, and those achievements are also like 8 points or 18 points or some stupid weird values. So because of that, my gamer score has been odd since like a year or two into 360's life cycle. There's been a couple of times where I got it back to an even number, and by even I mean divisible by 5, but that usually didn't last very long. I finally, just after diving all my games back in May, I went out of my way to get a couple of specific achievements. So my gamer score is now even again, where it ends at a 5 or a 0. But it's only been like that for a month or 2 at most. I'm going to try and keep it as long as possible. But there are some of the games that I've dived that are quick and easy. Like some of the achievements I got to fix my gamer score are from the recent Hexen and Heretic remaster that came out, because there were a couple of achievements that ended in like 2 and 3 and 7, and I was able to use those to fix it. But that's a really short completion. So as soon as I complete that game, my gamer score is going to be odd again. I actually wrote down a list of all the games that I have weird values in. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. It should be right at the top here. No, wrong tab. Let me go back to the top. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games with odd values. Animal Well, I dived it and I have 1 achievement for worth 1 point. Eterna Noctis, I have 2 points. Hotline Miami, I have 7 points. Mad Max, I have 8 points. No Man's Sky, I have 16 points. Crypt Custodian, I have 21 points. Heretic / Hexen, I have 138 points. Nexoria, I have 292 points. Overcooked, I have 651 points. And I only have like 1 achievement left in that game. So if I can beat that game, then I could fix that one. But just beating that game is very difficult. And then Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, as I mentioned, I have 797 points in that one. So I have all these weird values in those ones. So as soon as I fix one, it's going to break another one. So, but anyways, yeah. All right. So on to my Xbox hunting for the course of October is just like last year. And I might have talked about this briefly last episode, but just like last year, True Achievements did their annual trick or treat event where you choose between a trick or a treat. And one of them will give you a challenge of getting like 200 gamer score in beat 'em ups, or 150 gamer score in first person shooters, or get 3 achievements in a puzzle game. It randomly generates it, and you have to fulfill the requirements, and then you pick another trick or treat. And then if you pick the other one, it's gives you a randomly generated list of achievements from games that you've played, and you have to get any one of those achievements to complete that one. And so you have to complete 13 tricks or treats in order to complete the event, but you can keep going if you want. And you have to complete at least 5 of each. So I did trick or treat again, because it's a pretty fun event. And I think I did the exact same way I did last year, where I alternated between, I did a trick and then a treat and then a trick and then a treat. And so I had 5 of each. And then I did 3 of whichever the one is where it gives you a list of 10 achievements to pick from, and you just got to get one of those. And I did that 3 times in a row to get my 13. And so I completed that event. I'm sure people went on and got like hundreds of trick or treats completed, but I just did the requirement needed in order to complete the event, because that's a fun event. I like that one. That's probably my second favorite event behind 12 Days of Christmas, which I just realized 12 Days of Christmas should be getting announced here very soon, since we're getting late in November. But so because of that, I was jumping around between a bunch of different games, getting one achievement here, one achievement there. So I played a bunch of different games where I made just a little bits of progress. So I'm not even going to talk about those because I didn't like really play them, but I did that event and got a bunch of achievements in various different games.
But you didn't really play them.
I played them, but I played them, but I didn't play them. So, because when I say I played a game, that means I played through it and beat the story. Or got very close, and I say very close because of the example of Mega Man on NES. I got to the final end of the game, but because I didn't beat it, and then you have to start over from the very beginning, I played original NES Mega Man. I just didn't beat the final boss because you have to start over from the very beginning of the game. I was like, I'm not doing that. So that's where I started playing Mega Man Powered Up. But typically when I say I played a game, that means How
can you call yourself a Mega Man fan?
I have beaten it before on the Mega Man Legacy Collection. I will go back and finish it on the NES version at some point. So it's just...
Will you get the completion?
When. Oh, there's no way I'm getting the mastery, getting all the achievements. Not a chance, because you have to beat... not only do you have to beat every boss without taking damage, you have to beat every stage without taking damage. That is never going to happen. But
would you rather do Mega Man X3?
Oh, absolutely, because I love Mega Man X3. I do not.
You only have one more achievement left in that.
Yeah, and that one is not that difficult. That one. The one achievement I have left in Mega Man X3 is far easier than mastering any of the classic Mega Mans. That's for sure. And I love Mega Man X3. I'm not a big fan of classic Mega Man. Just how, going back to not having wall jump and slide for the first few of them, and you can't increase increase how much health you have. And in the first Mega Man, there's not even any energy tanks. They didn't add that until the second one. It's painful going back to some of the older ones. So I'm not a huge fan of classic Mega Man, but I do love basically all the other spin-offs. The Mega Man Zero games have been tempting me. They're like, come on, Neo, play me again, because I want to play through the Mega Man Zero games again, because I'm going to play both the Game Boy Advance versions and the collection on DS. And so that's a lot of stuff to do right there. But like I said, I'm kind of on a time frame right now, so I'm looking forward to playing through those all 4 of them twice, the Game Boy and the DS versions. They've been kind of calling to me because I'm like, I want to play through them again, but I'm like, nope, I got to focus on what I'm working on right now. But I will. Those are probably going to be the next Mega Man games I play after I get through the classic trilogy, the classic Mega Mans. Anyway, so after Trick or Treat, the next thing I actually played was I played Cocoon because it was leaving Game Pass, so I panic played it, and that was a fantastic game. I think I talked about it last Achievement Chasers, but I think I had started it, but I hadn't finished it. But I finished it, got all the achievements, and if you like puzzle games, I highly recommend Cocoon. It was a great game. It's a short game. It's not very long. The time estimate said 4 to 5 hours. It took me probably 7 or 8 hours to get the completion.
Did you use any guides? That might be why.
There were a couple times, because it's a puzzle game, so using a guide definitely ruins the experience. But there were a couple puzzles I'm like, I have no idea what to do here, so I had to look up a guide and to figure out how to solve it. And it's like, I never would have figured that out myself. But once I saw the solution, I'm like, that's freaking genius, and that was blowing my mind. So, I recommend Cocoon if you like puzzle games. It was great. The way I've described it to a few people is, if you like puzzle games and you like the movie Inception, you'll probably like Cocoon, because this is the closest thing I can think of to an Inception video game, even though it doesn't play anything like the movie Inception. But I say that because in the movie Inception, there's multiple layers, because they go into one dream, then they go into another dream, they go into another dream.
They're like onions.
it's just like that in this game, because you have these like different layers of realities that you go into, and sometimes you have to go into like a higher layer of reality in order to place things so that the things in the layer below you are in the right positions. And sometimes you have to like, it gets super meta where you have to put like instead of putting it like to another reality, you have to like put another reality into the reality it's already in. And it's like, it's trippy in the best way possible. So Cocoon was great and I loved it. And it's a rather short game, so I highly recommend Cocoon. It is no longer on Game Pass, but I think it's a pretty cheap game at full price, and you could probably get it on sale for.
I think they were racking their brains on how to do it right without messing their own brains up.
Yeah, so highly recommend that. I also played through. It wasn't leaving Game Pass. It was just another quick completion. So I played through Unpacking. It's also a Game Pass game, but I'm pretty sure it's still on Game Pass. And it's basically just like a little point and click adventure kind of thing where you're going through different stages of your character's. You never actually see your character, but it has like each level is a year, and it starts out like 2006 and like 2008 and 2013. It goes through like, I don't know, like 2022 or something. And you're different stages of your life. You move to different places. You move into like your dorm and then an apartment, and then you move out of your apartment into a house, and then so you're kind of like going through stage of your life, and it's just opening up boxes and pulling the stuff out of the boxes and finding where you want to place it in the game. Like this thing I want this on this shelf, and you do have to place things in the right rooms, otherwise it won't let you proceed to the next level. But it was a pretty short game, only a couple hours, so I knocked that one out real quick. So the next game that I like played, and I did all of this was on stream, and it was with Jason, my co-host at Top 5. We've been playing through Borderlands. That is, both of our schedules have kind of been upended lately, so we haven't done it in a while. So both Borderlands has been on hiatus, as has Top 5. We haven't done a Top 5 since the end of October.
I was wondering where that went.
It's not gone away. It's on hiatus until we figure out.
Maybe until at least the new year.
Possibly.
Mainly because of holidays for people.
Yeah. So last year I took basically all of December off for the most part of streaming, but this year I'm like, I'm not going to do that this year. So I am planning on doing stuff like I'm still gonna be doing my Metroid Monday and party chat. It just
maybe we can try to get together with the company boys and try to do Halo 5. Finally knock that out.
We might be able to do that. We'll see. But like the at minimum, the one Top 5 that I absolutely want to do, and I want to try to do it before the end of the year if we can, but if not, it's no big deal because we did this same one last year, but I just realized last night we didn't do it until late in January. But Top 5 2025 games, and I say that in air quotes because it's games that we played in 2025 regardless of when they actually came out. So I do want to do that one ideally before the end of the year, but if it doesn't work for Jason, we may have to wait till next year to do that one. We haven't really chatted much to figure out that, but Top 5 has not gone away. It's just on hold at the moment. But anyways, we've been playing through Borderlands. We completed the story. We completed the first DLC, the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned. So then on our last stream, we started the General Knox DLC. We got the first achievement and played it.
You skipped the Mad Moxie one.
Yeah. So we will do Mad Moxie. We just haven't decided on whether we're going to do it on stream or not, because that's a pretty monotonous DLC.
And are you going to have a second controller on?
That
make it easier.
We're absolutely going to do, because that's how I got through it on the 360 version. Because when I did it on the 360 version, I plugged in a guest controller with a level 1 to be host, and then I played with my fully leveled character, and it still took like 4 hours, and I died a bunch of times and had to second wind myself in order to keep going. So I got close to.
I think on my 360 character, I actually was given like a modded shield and a modded weapon.
Oh, that would be so nice.
And even then, the Mad Moxie still took forever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Even when all the enemies are super low level and I'm super high level, I'm still dying when I did
Even when I instantly kill every enemy in one hit, it still takes too long.
it still takes too long, and you get close to dying because it's just so monotonous. So when we do it, we'll absolutely have like a guest low level character be the host so that we can steamroll it. But it's still going to take a long time. So we haven't talked about whether we're going to do it on stream. So for now, we've skipped the Mad Moxie DLC, and we're just doing the story DLC. So we'll do General Knox, and then we'll do the Claptrap Revolution. But I was hoping we would get through all of that before the end of the year, but because we're on hiatus, that's definitely not going to happen. So we're probably not going to be doing any more Borderlands this year, but we are planning on going through all the Borderlands games. It's just going to be a while. So we finished the story and the first DLC on stream. Another game that I burned through, and it's a pretty short completion because like Doom 64, you don't have to play through the entire game in its entirety from beginning to end. You can kind of just skip to the levels you need to in order to get all the achievements. So I did Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary
I was about
Edition.
to say, was that the exact game? And I was like, I should have said it because I've actually done that one too.
You were right. So I did. That's the first Duke Nukem game I've ever actually played. I've never played a Duke Nukem game before.
Same.
So,
but now I've also played Forever, and that was actually not as bad as everyone was saying it was.
That one has quite the stigma attached to it. I'm not totally against playing it, since I've heard that it's not as bad as everyone says. So
I'd say the worst thing about it is that on the hardest difficulty, some of the turret sections are not balanced well.
Okay, but so yeah, burn through Duke Nukem real quick. And it said, I think it said it's like a 2 to 3 hour completion. It probably took me like 4 or 5 hours. But got through that one real quick. And then that's actually a good pause point for me. So we'll go to your next one. And then I've got a couple of linked games that I went through all back to back that are all kind of like in one cluster. So what do you got next, dude?
The next game I played was my first game that I played through on GOG.
Oh, GOG game. Okay.
Yes. Because even on Linux you can get achievements as long as you use the heroic launcher. The only thing that sucks is that you can't actually see the achievement popping.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, I have GOG games that have achievements, but I've never gotten a GOG achievement.
Yeah. So for this, it's mainly just I knew where the achievements were because I've already done this twice. This game twice, but I decided to play through Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, okay. That's on my to-do list. I'm going to be playing the Xbox version, but I have dived it, so it's on my tag, so I will be playing it. I just haven't. I've only got the first achievement. So I've heard it's the best Fallout. Yep. How much of it have you played so far?
Oh, I've already finished it.
You got 100%?
Yep.
And all the DLC?
Yep.
Okay. What other Fallouts have you played? So, because the only Fallout I've played.
I've done Fallout 3 on 360. I've done Fallout New Vegas already twice on 360 and PS3.
Oh, so this isn't your first time playing New Vegas?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I didn't feel too bad whenever I used a couple of console commands.
Okay, fair enough. I have not played New Vegas.
I used one console command at the very beginning of the game to increase my carry weight to like 99,999.
Nice.
So because of that, I didn't have to worry about moving inventory around and all that.
That's nice.
That was the only thing. That was the only cheat I really did throughout the entire game. The other console command was actually just fix a quest being bugged.
Okay.
But if you do a console command on Steam and GOG, you have to save and then quit out of the game for achievements to count.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So you've already played this game before. This is just another stack. I've never played New Vegas before. I've only played Fallout 3, and I played a few hours of Fallout 4.
I only have one more stack left.
Steam. PS3. Oh, Steam. Are you going to do that one as well at some
Eventually.
point? Eventually,
because I do own
it. Is Fallout New Vegas your favorite Fallout?
Yes.
Okay.
Although 4, I think, has the better gameplay. New Vegas just has a better story.
Okay. So, because I have New Vegas because it's Bethesda, so I have access to it via Game Pass. However, you don't get the DLC with that, so I've got
That's weird.
I've got all the DLCs in my wish list, and they're $5 each, and there's like 4 or 5 of them. So at like regular prices, like $20-$25 for all the DLC.
They are easily worth $5 though.
Right, but when did this game come out? In like 2010?
Let me check. It's been a while, but it is a 360 game.
Yeah, it's a 360 game. So I should be able to get the game and all the DLC for like $5 for how old this game is, but the DLCs,
but it's a great game, and those DLCs are actually pretty good.
The DLCs go on sale often, but they only go on sale like 40% off. When I've looked at the price tracking, and they've been on sale for like 99 cents a piece before, but they haven't done that in years.
The
It's
game
like,
itself is actually on sale right now for $5.
On what? On Xbox?
Xbox.
Okay. Yeah.
The release in 2010. Yeah.
Oh, I was just picking a random number out of my hat, and I just happened to be right. So, but the sales. The Black Friday sales went live today, and there is a crap load of stuff on heavy discount right now on the Xbox store. But even so, like the DLCs for this game have been on sale for super cheap, but they haven't done it in forever. The most I've seen them go on sale in the last like 2 years is like $3 down from $5. It's like, if you go back to like $1, I'll buy them all. But I don't know why they're not going back. They're super old, but they're not going on a good discount. But I do. And that's another thing is, for some reason, there's no like Game of the Year edition. There's no bundle where you can buy the game and all the DLC. You can only buy the game and all the DLC separately. You can't buy them all as one bundle, which is annoying, because like basically every other game that's got a bunch of DLCs has a bundle where you can buy all the DLC and stuff together, and usually those will go on sale, even if the game by itself, the DLCs don't go on sale. But this one doesn't have a bundle, so there's no bundle to go on sale. So
the only bundle is physical.
Yeah, so I'm a little frustrated.
And that's looking like around $20 to $30 for the physical copy.
I will get it eventually once I have money, but being frugal, I'm a little upset at Fallout New Vegas that the game and the DLC never goes on a good sale, given how old it is. It's been annoying me, because I've had it in my wish list, on the Xbox store for years, and it's never gone on a steep enough sale for me to be like, all right, I'll pull the trigger.
To be honest, I'm super happy that I went through New Vegas on PlayStation 3 with the Ultimate Edition, because it made it easier to uninstall and reinstall whenever something starts breaking.
Huh.
Because the DLC was on the disc.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I have to go download it every time. I just have to reinstall it from the disc.
Is there a physical version of the DLC for 360, or is it only digital?
It's called the Ultimate Edition.
The Ultimate Edition. Okay. Maybe that's what I'll pick up eventually.
Like I said, it's like $20 to $30 on eBay right now.
That's not too bad.
And there's 2 versions of it on Xbox, because they did re-release it within the Xbox One cases as well.
Oh, that's right. Because I saw that one time, and I was like, New Vegas with Xbox One. I was like, it doesn't have an Xbox One achievement stack. But yeah,
they just re-released the 360 games on Xbox One, and they just put them in the cases.
Yeah. So,
but there was still the 360 discs.
Yeah, exactly. So the first time I saw that on the Xbox One case, I was so confused.
Should have bought it then.
Well, I didn't see it in person. I saw it online.
I
just saw it in it was like, probably had something to do with like when the Fallout show was on. They just had like a bunch of Fallout game cases in like the background of the shot, and I was like, why is there an Xbox One version of New Vegas? And I went and looked. I'm like, there's no new Xbox One version of this game. So it just threw me off. So, but I see Jeff is in chat, Sons and Shadows, and the hell's going on over here? What's up, Jeff? We're just talking about what we achieved and hunted over the course of October. So dude was just talking about Fallout New Vegas.
My biggest problem with the achievement list for New Vegas, it requires you to do the four different endings.
Okay, so can you cheese that, or do you have to do like?
You can cheese it by by using different save slots.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal, and you could do a couple of them. Like you can do a couple of them leading up to the ending, like almost all the way. But it's just when the ending is the Battle of Hoover Dam, and one of them you're fighting for the Caesar's Legion. The other 3 you're pretty much fighting against Caesar's Legion during the Battle of Hoover Dam. So like all 3 of those almost feel like the exact same. It's just that
sides.
Yeah. And like one of them you fight for the NCR, one of them you fight for Mr. House, and then one you'd fight for yourself, pretty much.
Okay.
But it's like all 3 of those, they feel exactly the same for on that side.
So it sounds like you could probably get all 4 endings in a single playthrough, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of nice because on Fallout 3, there's an achievement for beating it with good karma, neutral karma, and bad karma, and you cannot do all 3 of those in one playthrough. It would take at least 2 playthroughs because if you play it outright, you could be right on the verge of like good and neutral karma, so you could get both of those in a single playthrough, or you could do neutral and bad karma.
There was ways to manipulate it.
But you'd have to basically do an entirely separate playthrough to do the other one. So it's basically
you can always do the good karma, and then whenever you could do the save right before you do the ending, and then you get the good karma one. Then you go out and just go steal a bunch of stuff to get neutral karma, and then you beat it, and then you reload your neutral save, and then keep stealing stuff until you get bad karma, and then finish it that way.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I guess you could do it that way.
But I only had to do it once, so I completely forgot about that.
I did do. I did it in 2 playthroughs because I did a good karma, and then on my second playthrough, I did a neutral and bad karma. So, but okay, so Fallout New Vegas. I'll be playing it at some point. I know. I actually don't know. I mean, I know the NCR is in it. I don't know if they're like considered good guys or bad guys. And
they're considered the incompetent government.
Okay. And I don't know.
It's like every government.
Yeah, incompetent government. That's an oxymoron, or not an oxymoron. That's redundant. Competent government. That's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
I don't really know any of the story of Fallout New Vegas, and I want to keep it that way for when I eventually get around to playing it. But like I said, I know that there's like 4 or 5 DLCs. How are the DLCs in this one?
There's 4 main DLCs, and then there's the 5th one that just adds a bunch of weapons and challenges.
Okay.
So that one's kind of more like, that's the reason why it's like $4 instead of $5.
Oh, but, that one DLC is cheaper than the others.
Yeah. So but the other 4 are actually like really good.
I know the only one I know off the top of my head is Dead Money. I think that's the first one.
Yes. And part of the reason why I gave myself the extra carry weight, because there's a vault. Yeah, because of the gold.
I only know about that because Ryan talked about it recently on an episode of Party Chat, because it was New Vegas was his answer for one of our Party Chat topics. So he was telling me about the vault in Dead Money DLC. In Fallout 3, because I haven't played that one, the first DLC was Operation Anchorage, and my favorite thing about that DLC was getting the Chinese stealth suit. That thing broke the game, and it was so great. I love that thing.
And Old World Blues, you get something similar to that suit.
Oh, Old World Blues. That's right. That's one of the other New Vegas ones. I remember that name now. What are the names of the other 2 DLCs? The story ones?
Honest Hearts and Lonesome Road.
Lonesome Road. Okay. Yeah. I've heard of them because I've got them on my wish list. I just obviously I haven't.
But of course, if you buy the game, if you buy Fallout New Vegas on GOG, it's the Ultimate Edition, so it has all the DLC.
Has all the DLC. Okay. Nice. You know what? Let me pull it up real quick here and see if I New Vegas
for what GOG.
Just to see if I happen to have it anywhere. No, I do not own it anywhere. I've started it. Oh, I do have New Vegas. I do own it on GOG, but I don't know if I have the original. I think I just have the original. I don't think I have the or do they only have the one version?
They only have Ultimate. And right now it's 58% off it for $10.
Oh, okay. Then I do have it on GOG. Because I have it marked here on my my game shelf that I have it New Vegas on GOG, but I was thinking it's just the base game. But apparently, if the only version they have is the Ultimate version, then that must be what I have.
Yeah, I think for all the Bethesda games they only have the Ultimate versions.
Oh, yep, I do. I just opened up my GOG and I have New Vegas Ultimate Edition. Cool.
Yeah, because they do have Morrowind Game of the Year Edition.
Oh wow! Look at I just pulled it up and I'm seeing my friends, my GOG friends who have it, and you're at number 1. Why does it say you only have 87%?
I have 100% on that game.
Interesting. On my end, it shows 87%. And then Fractured Filters behind you. He only has 36%, but he has 304 hours in the game. Let's see. I've never actually looked at someone else's achievements on GOG before. Interesting. Yeah, I clicked on it and it says dude reached 100% of achievements 13 days ago. But when I'm actually on the game and it shows like the friends leaderboard, it only says 87%. That's odd. So, anyways. So, New Vegas. That as for most, because most people consider that one to be the best Fallout, and you agree?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Because I wasn't planning on playing it just because it's another, lengthy RPG, but everyone's just saying how good it is. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So I've committed to it. I put it on my tag, which means I will play it in its entirety.
According to GOG, I only spent 70 hours on it.
Yeah. So I spent more time than that on Fallout 3. But with how many games I have to play now versus
then again, it was the third time I've gone through the set, so
you're pretty.
And I did make it a little bit easier by using that console command at the beginning of the game.
So, but yeah, I will be playing it at some point since I put it on my tag. That means I'm committed to at least beating it and getting as many achievements as possible. But in a game like that, I'll absolutely be able to get all the achievements because it's not like a hard game to get all the achievements. It's just a lengthy one. So. Of the DLCs, which one was your favorite?
Old World Blues.
Old World Blues. What is without giving away like any spoilers? What's kind of the gist of that DLC?
You go to a scientific think tank and they lobotomize you, and then they tell you to go get some things so that you can get back your brain.
Okay, nice. All right. Updating this to show that I have all the DLC on GOG as well. So, all right. Anything else you want to mention about Fallout New Vegas?
Just a lot of fun, and it even on Linux it still crashes quite a bit.
Oh,
I was trying to, but apparently it's actually because of a memory leak. Kind of.
Oh, so it's not on GOG's end. It's on the Obsidian's end. Since
because on PC, the game was originally designed with of course being on a disc. So what they would do is that whenever you go in and out of areas, it would keep a certain amount of areas still loaded in memory. So if you get into a certain amount of areas with a large amount of stuff in them, you eventually gets to the point where it goes above its RAM allocation because it's a 32-bit program.
Oh, that makes sense.
So because of that, it can crash. There's ways to fix it though. But I don't know if you can get achievements whenever you fix it that way.
Oh, fair enough.
Although one time it crashed in a way that I actually had to do a system restore.
Jeez. Like, geez, Fallout, you're breaking my computer.
It was the first time that I ever had to do that for a Linux computer.
That's kind of crazy. All right. Well, then, on the next thing on my list to talk about is 3 games back-to-back, all from the same franchise, because I was on not only because of the challenge, but because of an impending release date that I wanted to get the prior games done, so I'd be ready for day one when the game came out.
Is it one of the games that I've been playing?
It is the game that you've been playing on stream. So, and that
by the way, I'm almost done with it.
Yeah.
I think the next stream I should be done with it.
You should finish it on your next stream, it would be my guess. So that is Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 4 just came out recently, and I wanted to get through the first 3 right before 4 came out. So I burned through Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and then I did Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and then I did Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, the Xbox One version, and I finished that like a day before Ninja Gaiden 4 came out. So all the time I've spent on Ninja Gaiden 4 has been on stream. I've done two streams. I haven't actually played it in a couple weeks. I was planning on streaming it today, but because I had no internet today, I couldn't do it. So what I may do is, because I want to make sure that's another game that came out this year, and I want to get it done so that I can have beaten the story so I can vote on it. I may just finish it off stream. But what I've played of Ninja Gaiden 4, I've really enjoyed. But I'll get to that. So I played Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3, and 4 in October, but 4 I've only gotten through like the first like act of the game. But I played Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and it's not in its entirety, but I beat the story on hard difficulty. So I've not even touched the
Very Hard or Master Ninja.
I haven't touched Very Hard or Master Ninja, and I also have not even touched the Ninja Trials. I just did the story so that I could move on to Ninja Gaiden 2 and then Ninja Gaiden 3. I am going to go back. I don't ever plan on getting 100% like you're doing. I do plan to beat it on Very Hard because I beat Ninja Gaiden Black on original Xbox on Very Hard. I don't know if I'll do Master Ninja. We'll see. I've heard that Master Ninja on Sigma is easier than Master Ninja was on Ninja Gaiden Black, so maybe I'll do Master Ninja. We'll see. There's no way in heck I'm going to beat it on Master Ninja and get S ranks on every chapter. That'll never happen. So
it wasn't that bad. As long as you kept your saves in the correct way.
Yeah. So I will most likely never do that. I am going to go through I don't know if I'll get all the achievements for the challenge mode, but I do plan to beat the challenge mode at least on normal and probably hard. Maybe Very Hard as well. We'll see. I probably won't do the Ninja Trials on Master Ninja, but I do plan to get a good chunk of the rest of the remaining achievements. So let me pull up my list here.
Yeah, because all I have left is the last trial on Very Hard and Master Ninja.
Yeah, so on your last stream, you're on the very last Ninja Trial, which is called Eternal Legend, which is a long one. It's basically like 5 trials back to back. Although, fortunately, it gives you save points, so you don't have to do it all in one go. But you've done it on normal and you've done it on hard. So on your next stream, all you have left to get 100% in the game is Very Hard and Master Ninja. And as long as I'm able to, I will definitely be there to watch that stream. But yeah, that last stream that you did, it was watching that Master Ninja fight as Rachel versus Ishtaros, and I don't know how to pronounce the other one's name, but it's basically a clone of Alma. That was tough to watch. And then you had one where you had to fight 3 at the same time. I was like, how is that even possible? Because
you just abused the wall attacks.
There were the double boss fight challenges in Ninja and Black. There was no challenge where you had to fight 3 at one time.
What's funny is that one wasn't even that bad compared to the one where you had to use all Rachel against the 2.
So that was nuts watching you do those ones. I will never do those ones on Master Ninja.
Now you see, and you see why I broke a controller because of that one.
Yes, completely understandable. So, but anyways, so Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I have 31 out of 51. So I've got a good chunk, and I got the achievement for beating all chapters on normal and hard. But yeah, still got a bunch to do for going through on the higher difficulties and for beating the Ninja Trials. There is an achievement for beating, for killing 1,000 enemies with each of the weapons. So I grinded all of those at the top of the steps to the gates to hell.
All the ghost fish.
Yeah, the ghost fish, because at the very top, right where there's the save point and the Team Ninja logo that restores your health and everything, you don't even have to. You basically just walk up the stairs and then walk back, and all the fish respawn. You don't have you can get them to respawn like that. So I just use that spot to just farm the fish and get all my 1,000 kills with all my weapons in a matter of a couple hours. So that was kind of nice. The only one of those like cumulative achievements I still have to get is be a hero 100 times, because I was playing on hard, so you can't even get that one. You have to play it on the easy difficulty, which I wasn't playing. So that's basically dying 100 times, which that'll be easy. I just haven't gone back and done it.
I did that one. That's the only achievement I did off stream, and that's because it's just like, why would you want to watch me get hit?
Yeah, it's like that makes for very boring stream content. So
yeah, so pretty much what I did was I just bum rushed my way to the end of chapter 3 and didn't use any healing items. So I pretty much had a full inventory of healing items, and then I just let the boss kill me over and over again. because if you use a healing item, you get out of the hero mode,
and then you can go back into hero mode.
Then you can go back into hero mode by getting back into the that low of health.
So you could probably get like 10 or 15 on a single attempt
on a single life. Yeah.
Yeah. So that probably was pretty quick then, I would assume.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It took me longer to get to that point than actually
doing the achievement.
Yeah. So. I think I got Master Ninja on both the first 2 levels.
Nice. And then the other cumulative achievement I have is I still need to get 500 kills with Rachel, which will automatically happen when I do challenge mode. And I never use the guillotine throw, so I still have to. I think I did one. So there
is one group of enemies that right after you get out of the the advanced MSATs.
Well, I don't. What's the
ones that would actually grab you whenever you try to do the flying swallow?
Is that one of the military guys?
Yes, the ones that are more like robots.
Yeah. Okay.
They would pretty much grab you whenever you try to use a flying swallow attack. So I think they only start showing up after you fight Alma.
Okay. Yeah.
And I found that the guillotine throw was best for them.
Okay. Yeah, I never use it. I think I used it once. So, but there's an achievement for getting 100. Just doing that 100 times, that's easy. I'll get that next time I play through it. And
it's because the button combination just doesn't work for me. I'll actually be like yelling at the controller because it's because of the game. It's because of the way the way it reads the inputs. It's not buffering it enough.
It's not registering it.
It's like. Yeah, it's like you're just jumping and then you're gonna do an attack. It's like, no, I wanted to do the grab. I swear that's the worst part of the game is that you're telling it to do something it doesn't want it to do it. Especially like all the times you're trying to use flying swallow, and it's just like he just does the regular
the down
slice.
Attack.
Yeah.
The worst time for that is the Awakened Alma fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst. So yep, I know exactly what you mean. If you're not in range and it doesn't do the flying swallow, it leaves you totally
open. Even when you are in range, it still doesn't do it.
Well, I mean, it'll do it, but it doesn't. It's like arbitrary on whether it actually connects or not.
So. No, sometimes in Sigma it just wouldn't even do the flying swallow. It would just do the downward attack.
Oh, even like when you were easily close enough, it just didn't do it. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I almost wonder how much easier that Awakened Alma fight would have been if you could have used wall attacks. After finding out that the other two could have been abused with all wall attacks.
Yeah. And then the last cumulative one is for using Rachel's Nimpo attack 100 times. I don't think I ever used it once. So
you'll want to start using it whenever you're going the higher difficulties.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Ninja Gaiden Sigma. And then I immediately, I didn't do Sigma 2, although I did do the first level, just because you can get a bunch of achievements from just the first level really easily. So I have like 11 out of 41 achievements in Sigma 2 just from playing through the first level. But I did Ninja Gaiden 2 Black because I wanted to see how that was. And I really enjoyed 2 Black. It was beautiful and it was visceral and gory, and there's blood everywhere and dismembered limbs, and it was glorious.
When I go to 2, I'm going to do the original 360 version.
I would say, yeah, out of all the versions of Ninja Gaiden 2, Sigma 2 is the worst easily. Even just playing the first level, it's like, oh, this is not good. So either do the original 360 version or 2 Black. 2 Black is way easier than the original one was. So if you want an easier time, play 2 Black, because I played it on Warrior, which is like the hard mode, where Acolyte is like the easy mode. And I thought the Warrior difficulty should have been the Acolyte difficulty because it was real easy. I think with the exception of one boss fight where I died like 5 times, I think I only died like 5 times throughout the entire game on Warrior difficulty. But I really enjoyed 2 Black. So I have 26 out of 38 achievements. So I got a good chunk of them. There is a lot of stuff you got to do in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. So I was kind of telling you this in DMs last week because the 360 version of Ninja Gaiden 2, actually, let me see. I have 66 out of 70 achievements. So I only have 4 more achievements in Ninja Gaiden 2, the original version, and that's for beating the game on Mentor and Master Ninja, and then beating all of the ninja trials on Mentor and Master Ninja. So that's all I got left in that one, but I don't think I'll ever do that because I do plan to beat it on Mentor. I don't know if I'll ever be able to beat it on Master Ninja. I've heard it's easier than Ninja Gaiden Black on Master Ninja, but not by much. But anyways,
well, if I can do Sigma 1, I'm pretty sure I can do 2.
And but I've heard that Sigma is way easier than Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden 2. So that's what I've heard.
I still feel like I can.
I don't doubt you because you are, you're far more dedicated to this than even I am. But I've heard that Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden Black are far more difficult than either the Ninja Gaiden Sigmas. Anyways, Ninja
in
Gaiden,
a different life, I was probably a guy who was doing the no hits Souls games.
Probably. But Ninja Gaiden 2, the 360 version, the original one, there is an achievement for each of the 8 weapons for beating the entire game using only that weapon. If you do a single attack with any other weapon, it voids the achievement. So you have to do the entire playthrough over again. And you can't even do that until New Game Plus because you have to beat the game to get New Game Plus so you can even start the game with all the weapons because you unlock the weapons as you go. Like the last weapon you get in Ninja Gaiden 2 are the Tonfas, and you don't even get that to like Chapter 7. So... the only achievement, if you wanted to minimize your runs on your first playthrough, the only weapon you start with is the Dragon Sword, only use the Dragon Sword the entire first playthrough, so you'll get that achievement. And then on your second playthrough, that you can pick whichever weapon you want to do next, and that'll save you one additional playthrough. I didn't do that because I love Ninja Gaiden 2. I've beaten that game probably like 15 times, and I had no problem. I got all these. Let me pull it up here. I got all those weapon achievements. I got those back in like 2008. The game came out in 2008. And what I did was kind of like with Mega Man Powered Up. I kind of piecemealed it where I played from one checkpoint to the next checkpoint, or maybe like 2 checkpoints a day. So it took me like 3 or 4 days just to beat one level, and I just did that. So at that rate, I basically got one of those achievements a month. So 1 month, I got the achievement for beating the whole game with the Vigorian flails. Then the next month, I got the achievement for beating the whole game with just the scythe. So I just piecemealed it and played it, 15 minutes a day for like however many, 8, 9, 10 months it took me to get all those achievements. But I did all of those, and I had no problem doing that because I love the game and I had fun doing that. One thing that's a little painful about it is that each of those achievements is only worth 5 gamer score. They have decent ratios. Most of them are the Dragon Sword is the lowest one at a 4.6. All the rest of them are like a 6 ratio or higher. But I had a lot of fun doing it, and so I had no problem.
Looks like you can just do it on an Acolyte mode difficulty, though.
You can do it on any difficulty you want, so you can do it on Acolyte. So there is I did not, like I said, I didn't do it this way, but if you wanted to minimize your amount of playthroughs, you could do it all in one playthrough, but I would not recommend it because it's going to make your playthrough a pain. Yeah, if you wanted to do them all in one playthrough, what you can do is play through the entire game using nothing but your projectile weapons like your bow and your shurikens and your Nimpo. Don't use any of your melee weapons. And then at the end of the game, just switch to a weapon and use that to fight the final boss and get that achievement, and then reload your save and then switch to a different weapon, fight the final boss to get that achievement. So you could do it all in one playthrough, but I would not recommend doing it that way. I love the game, so I would recommend doing each playing through the whole game with each weapon. You'll get better with the weapons and learn their combos, and that'll make it easier for when you go through your Master Ninja playthrough as well. So that would be my recommendation, but I leave that up to you. But because of that, if you do it the legitimate way, like I did, there's a lot of replays through Ninja Gaiden 2 because you have to do 8 playthroughs for each of those weapons. Plus, you have each of the different difficulties. They do stack, but they don't. Well, they don't stack because you don't unlock. You only start with Acolyte difficulty, and you have to beat Acolyte to unlock Hard. Then you have to beat Hard or Warrior, I should say. Beat Warrior to unlock Mentor, then beat Mentor to unlock Master Ninja. However, if you have a save file from Ninja Gaiden Black, a completed save file, when you start Ninja Gaiden 2, you'll have Warrior unlocked by default, so you can skip Acolyte, but you still have to unlock Mentor and Master Ninja. So when the first time I played Ninja Gaiden 2, because I had already beaten Master Ninja, or not Master Ninja, I had beaten Ninja Gaiden Black on my 360. I had a save file. I was able to jump straight into Warrior, and I didn't have to play through Acolyte first. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I'm pretty sure it has all the difficulties unlocked by default, so you can just jump into whatever difficulty you want. All that to say is Ninja Gaiden, like I said, Ninja Gaiden 2 has a lot of playthroughs required in order to beat it. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black also has a lot of playthroughs to get through it. It does not have the achievement for beating the entire game with each of the weapons, but there is an achievement for beating it on Acolyte, an achievement for beating it on Warrior, an achievement for beating it on Mentor, and an achievement for beating it on Master Ninja. And they're all unlocked by default, but they don't stack. So you have to beat it at least 4 times, once for each of those achievements. Then there's also a separate achievement for beating the entire game on each difficulty, and you have to get Master Ninja on each chapter, just like Sigma. However, it's a separate game mode. So if you played through the campaign and you got Master Ninja on every chapter, when you beat the game, you're not going to get the achievement for beating it the entire game and getting Master Ninja on each chapter. You can only get that achievement in the chapter challenge mode, which doesn't unlock until you've beaten the game the first time. And let's say you go through and beat all the levels and you get the achievement for beating it in chapter challenge on, whatever difficulty, and you got all the Master Ninjas on each chapter. That doesn't count as beating the game. So you would not get the corresponding achievement for beating the whole game on that difficulty. So it's going to take at least 8 playthroughs, 4 playthroughs, for 1 for each difficulty going through the story mode, and then a separate 4 for each difficulty for getting Master Ninja on each chapter in the chapter challenge mode. Those achievements do not cross over. So regardless of which version you do, the original Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, there's a lot of replaying. So I just beat it on Warrior difficulty. And I did some of the achievements because like Sigma, it has achievements for getting 1,000 kills with each weapon. I did a few of them, but I haven't done all of them. I didn't grind them all out. So I will have to go back and I'll as I go through the games essentially 7 more times, I'll easily get that achievement for getting all those kills with all those weapons. But I was disappointed to find out that they didn't stack. So I beat it on Warrior, but I didn't get the achievement for beating on Acolyte. Acolyte is 2.4, and I believe the achievement... Nope, never mind. I was thinking that the Warrior achievement is actually a lower ratio than the Acolyte, but nope, the Acolyte one. Because I would think, there are games that have done that, where when they don't stack, most people play it on the normal difficulty, and so the normal difficulty achievement has a lower ratio than the easy difficulty achievement. I think Lost Planet 2 it was like that, because I played through it on normal the first time, and the achievements difficulties didn't stack, and then played through it on easy, and the easy achievement had a higher ratio than the normal achievement. There's also an achievement for getting 1,000 kills with Rachel, getting 1,000 kills with Momiji, and 1,000 kills with Ayane. I don't think I've played. Kind of like, I don't know if this was in Sigma 2, because I haven't played Sigma 2 yet, but they're kind of like Sigma 1, where they interjected these chapters in between where you actually play as Rachel, because that wasn't in Ninja Gaiden Black.
Yeah, I was just looking at Sigma 2's. It seems like Black copied Sigma 2's achievement list.
Yeah, so I do know that Sigma 2 Black is based off of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. But not entirely, because there are some things, even just like I said, I played through the first level of Sigma 2, and there's stuff in Sigma 2's first level that was not in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black's first level. But Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is built on Sigma 2, but it's not entirely the same. Because one of the big things is Sigma 2, they got rid of like all the gore, which totally ruins the experience. But they brought that back for ruined. They brought it back for 2 Black. So I really enjoyed it. But they, just like the Sigma 1 interjects Rachel levels, Sigma 2 also has a couple levels spliced between other levels where you play as Ayane, Momiji, and Rachel. So there's achievements for getting 1,000 kills with each one of them. And yeah, there's an achievement for beating each chapter on each difficulty at Master Ninja rank. And then clear all tag missions. I don't know what that entails. I think I should be able to do that one. So there's not a whole lot of achievements left, but the achievements that are left are quite grindy. And I have on my Xbox, you can have 2 folders of games on your homepage, and one of them I call it dailies for things where, play a little bit here and there. Mainly that's been Tony Hawk 3 and 4, because I've been playing that still almost every day for about 10 minutes, going through like one park a day, since I have like 500 to do for all 30 skaters. I have all the Ninja Gaiden games in there as well, although I haven't played them other than playing through the story, because I'm going to be going through each of these difficulties and the chapter challenges for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and Sigma has similar stuff. Sigma 2, that is, but I haven't actually really looked into the Sigma 2 achievements. But immediately after I finished Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which I really enjoyed, I had a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. I immediately started Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, the Xbox One version. I actually just beat the 360 version finally, November of last year. Or actually, I played it for part of 12 Days of Christmas last year, and I finished beating the story of it. I think it was back in like January of this year. I just played it earlier this year. That was the 360 version. But right after I finished Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I did Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, the Xbox One version, which it was the one that came with the Master Ninja Collection. It's the exact same as the 360 version. There's no change at all whatsoever. They're the exact same game.
Outside of maybe some upgrades in the visuals.
I don't even know if there are. But if there are already changes, that's it. It might run a little bit smoother, might have a little bit higher frame rate. But other than that, it's the exact same game as the 360 version of Razor's Edge. And similarly, there is a crap load to do in this game. So all I did was basically go through the story and beat the story. Is this the right version? Yeah, this is the right version. I got there's an achievement for each of the weapons for getting 1,000 kills with it. The only one I actually got that achievement for in my first playthrough is the Lunar. I didn't even get that achievement for the Dragon Sword.
How could you? This Dragon Sword is always the best weapon.
I do love the Dragon Sword, but the Lunar I like the Lunar better in Ninja Gaiden 2 than in 3, but it's still really good in 3.
And in 1, it's just used to kill berserkers.
That's the only thing you use it for. I like it in Ninja Gaiden 1 as well, but I would never use it against berserkers. But it does seem to work pretty well against them. So next time I play it, I might use that strategy. So
I picked that up from the guide I was using.
So for Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, I have 25 out of 48 achievements. I beat it on normal difficulty. Again, they don't stack, so I have to go back and beat it on the easy difficulty to get the easy achievement. They changed the difficulties
whenever they're not stackable.
It's such a pain. It's like, why is it not stackable? Another thing, I don't know why they did this, but they changed the difficulty levels in Ninja Gaiden 3. There's easy, normal, hard, Master Ninja, and they added one on top of that called Ultimate Ninja. It's like, why don't you just stick with the naming convention we already have for the previous 2 games? But yeah, so there's an achievement for beating it on each of the difficulties, achievements for getting 1,000 kills with each weapon, which I'll do that eventually. I didn't even get all the golden scarabs, so I got to get all the golden scarabs and all the crystal skulls. I didn't even touch the trial mode, so I'll have to go back and do a bunch of the trials in Ninja Gaiden.
At least it seems like the trial modes don't have nearly as many as the first game does.
It doesn't seem like it. I haven't looked at it, so I don't know how many there are, but it doesn't seem like there are as many.
I think I looked in twos, and that one has that one is a DLC, but they only had like 16.
Yeah, 2. They were not in the game by default. It was the first and only DLC that was released for the game was the trials mode. So and then
16 seems so much more easier than 76,
especially
especially when you have to do all 76 on all 4 difficulties.
Yep, 76 times 4. Oh yeah, Ultimate Ninja. That's the highest difficulty on Ninja Gaiden 3. So Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I'm going to be doing this on both the 360 and the Xbox One version. It's going to take a while, but it's easy. Just going to be time consuming. This is why I also have these ones in my dailies category because I'll go through them one at a time. But both versions, there's an achievement for beating the entire game with all 4 characters, which is Ryu, which you get by default because you play through the game as him the first time through. And then you unlock the ability to play through the game as Ayane, Momiji, and Kasumi. And it's not like each one has an achievement. There's one achievement for beating the entire game as all 4. So you have to play through the game 4 times just for that one achievement. Fortunately, you can do it on any difficulty, so I'm just going to do it on the easiest difficulty. But you got to do that. That achievement is in both versions of the game. So I will be getting that one eventually on both versions, but that's another one where I'll do like a chapter a day for however long it takes to get through 4 playthroughs on each version of this game. So and I'll do as much of the challenges as I can. I just don't know how many of those challenges I'll get through and on what difficulties, because Ninja Gaiden 3 sucks compared to 1 and 2.
Thing is, though, all this me playing Ninja Gaiden kind of makes me want to go play Warriors Orochi 3 for a little bit, just to see how Ryu and Rachel play in that game.
Oh, okay.
Based on how they transfer them into a Warriors game.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I would kind of want to see how they would play in a game, a Warriors Muso game rather than
Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate was a Games for Gold game.
Oh,
you might have it.
You said Orochi, right?
Yes.
Orochi Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate on Xbox One. I do have it because of Games with Gold.
By the way, it has Ryu, Rachel, Kasumi, Ayane, and Momiji in that version.
All right, let's see. You're piquing my interest here.
Thing is, though, it is an extremely long completion.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here. It's only 44 achievements. It's 150 to 2-hour completion.
200 hour, yeah.
It's probably not that difficult. It's just a grind, right?
It's just a lot. It's just how many characters there are and just how much content is in the game.
Yeah. If I ever do a Muso game, that'll probably be the one I start with, or
mainly because it has Ryu in it.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't even know if I want to say start with, because I may never play another one after that. But if I ever do a Muso game, that'll probably be the one I play.
The only thing is that Warriors Orochi 1, 2, and 3 all do have its own story, because it's kind of like it. Orochi is a well-known deity and folklore in Japan.
Okay.
And so pretty much he's like all powerful. He has his own realm. He's like, I want to fight some strong people. So he brings the people from Romance of Three Kingdoms era, which is Dynasty Warriors, and the Sengoku period, which is the Samurai Warriors. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to bring all these people together and just have all-out war.
Mortal Kombat!
So that's the entire premise of those two games, and the entire purpose of the game is just to have these characters completely
that should never
interact with each other.
Have them interact with each other in a game.
Yeah,
nice. Kind of like would you say like the Smash Brothers of the Muso games?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
I just wish that 4 continued just adding characters instead of removing some characters.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, because like from 1 to 2 to 3, they never removed a single character, but for some reason for 4 they did.
That's dumb. So I forgot he hopped in here a little while ago, but I see Lois over on the Rumble side. Sorry, totally missed you earlier. He says, I beat something 15 times a day, but it wasn't a game.
I hope it wasn't a wife.
But and he's got the little emoji of Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. So what's up, Lois? Good to see you tonight, buddy. Had a great time with you on Party Chat last night. So yeah, I still got a crap load to do in all of these Ninja Gaiden games, and I still have Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 to play because I haven't played through that one. I will be playing through all of them eventually. But yeah, still lots to do in those. And then after I beat Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, I was ready for Ninja Gaiden 4, which came. Oh, let's see here. My last achievement in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge was October 21st. And then Ninja Gaiden 4 launched on October 21st. So yeah, I finished it the night before the game came out. So, and then I started Ninja Gaiden 4 on day one. Oh, on October 20th. So I actually, that's right. The game wasn't supposed to come out until October 21st, but I just, because you could pre-download the game and from Game Pass, and usually it's, if you try to launch it, it'll just say this game isn't ready yet until it hits like whatever the time is. And it let me launch the game. Even though it was I got the first achievement Ninja Gaiden 4 on October 20th at 5:30 in the afternoon. So I was like, sweet. So I just played like the first little section. I got the first achievement. I was shocked that it actually let me play it. But then I ended up going back and let's see here. And Ninja Gaiden 3. I hadn't even finished Ninja Gaiden 3 yet. I was right at the very end because I got the achievement for completing the story of Ninja Gaiden 3 October 21st at 12:30 in the morning. So about 7 hours later, I got the achievement for beating Ninja Gaiden 3. And that's because whatever night that was, I was doing a stream. And so I just booted up Ninja Gaiden 4 just to see if it would let me launch it, and it did. So I played it for like 5 minutes, and then I hopped on a stream. And then after the stream was over, I went and finished Ninja Gaiden 3's story and finished the last boss. So I actually started Ninja Gaiden 4 before I finished Ninja Gaiden 3. I had beaten Ninja Gaiden 3 earlier this year on the 360 version, but playing through it in October, I actually started Ninja Gaiden 4 a couple hours before I finished Ninja Gaiden 3. But I've beaten, I think I'm on like chapter 6 of Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm in like the second level of Act 2, and I believe there's 4 acts because they're talking about you have to go and break these 4 seals in order to like release the Dark Dragon or whatever. And I've done the first seal, and I'm like in the second chapter of going after the second seal in the game. So I have, like I said, I've done that on stream. I'll probably end up doing the rest of it off stream just so I can get through it quicker because I want to get that done here before the end of the year.
That's always the problem with doing games on stream is that you feel like you can't do it off stream.
Right, exactly. Especially because when I do stream games, usually it's like I just do that game once a week. So like I do my Metroid Monday where I only do that game on Monday, and then like Ninja Gaiden, I was doing it on Tuesday. So whatever I got done, I have to wait till the next Tuesday to continue it. So
at least for me, I do it multiple times a week. So
yeah, you do it multiple times a week. So I could do that, but I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to do the rest of it off stream. But the 10 hours or so I played Ninja Gaiden 4, I really like it. It's quite different than 1 through 3. 1 through 3, even though 3 is
probably because it's made by Platinum.
Even though 3 is terrible and I don't like it, 1, 2, and 3 all feel very similar. 4 feels very different. And yes, it's because it was primarily developed by Platinum, which is not a bad thing because Platinum makes awesome games. It's just different, but I like it. It's been a lot of fun. The combat is actually far deeper than Ninja Gaiden 1 through 3. There's just so much more to it. And I do like that there's a dojo training mode that teaches you the moves, but it's like some of these moves are difficult to pull off against one enemy that's just like slashing at you once every like 5 seconds. When you're in the middle of combat and there's 10 enemies around you, all slashing at you at the same time, it's like I'm not going to be able to pull off any of these moves until I get like really, really, really good at this game. But I am enjoying it, and I like it a lot. But it is different.
Sounds like Bayonetta.
So, but yeah, I'm enjoying Ninja Gaiden 4, and I will beat the story. I don't know if I'll get 100% of the achievements before the end of the year. I have looked at all the achievements for Ninja Gaiden 4, but I haven't looked at them in a few weeks. So I don't remember what they all are off the top of my head. I don't know if I plan to get 100% of the achievements. I think if I remember correctly, after I looked at the achievements, I'm like, I could probably 100% this game. We'll see. But I will absolutely 100% beat the game before the end of the year. That is a for sure thing. So, yes, that's all my Ninja Gaiden stuff. So I have like 2 more things to talk about, but I'll go ahead and switch back over to you before I finish off my couple last things.
Yep. So that's in. So my next game, because we already talked about Ninja Gaiden, because I'm just going by what's on Metagamer Score, and Ninja Gaiden looks like it's further down the line because it's been a while since I've gotten an achievement.
Oh,
what? Or actually, no. I actually no way. I forgot to scan. Man, Xbox has been having issues for Metagamer Score.
Because your last stream, when you beat Eternal Legend the first time, you got a couple achievements at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, so I haven't scanned it. It, like I said, Metagamer Score has been having some issues, but the guy behind it, he's a developer for Arc Raiders.
So you told me about that the other day.
So you can kind of understand where he's coming from whenever it's like, yeah, he doesn't have time for it right now because he's in the middle of burying Bungie.
Yeah, and whoever is it? No, it's not Infinity Ward. Who's the Black Ops developer? Treyarch?
Treyarch.
Yeah.
I don't really consider them the same because it's an extraction shooter, not whatever.
Oh, you just said Bungie because of Marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Marathon is DOA.
Yep, same.
And I don't mean DOA the game. I mean Dead on Arrival. It's that Marathon's gonna flop. Just I'm thinking it's gonna be similar to Concord.
Yep. But I finally continued my Pixel Remaster completions, and I went through
Final Fantasy, huh?
Final Fantasy V. And this is actually the first time I've actually gone through all the way through for Final Fantasy V.
Oh, you've never actually done it in its entirety before?
Nope.
Okay. So remind me, each of the Pixel remasters has their own achievement set, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how is that going? Do you have all the Final Fantasy V achievements, or
I do now have all the achievements from that game, and it's mainly just going through and opening every treasure chest and fighting every enemy.
Okay, so that one, it was not terribly difficult then.
No, and they even give you some. You can use some of the cheats in that game, but I think the only ones I used was like just to help with the grind, because you also had to max out each job for each character. Luckily, I did find a place to do it really quick, do it in like a couple hours. So
Final Fantasy. Okay, yep, there it is. Final Fantasy V, 38 achievements, 41 hours. Let's see here.
Because in
you defeated me as your last achievement?
Yes.
Defeated Neo, X-Death, and restored peace to the world.
Well, he was X-Death for most of the game, and then he wanted to take over the Void. And he succeeded, and then he became Neo X-Death. So you had to beat him as part of the Void.
Let's see here. I want to organize.
So pretty much, it's using Neo as a new.
Right. So yeah, okay, yeah. The highest looks like that's the. Is that the? Not quite the highest ratio achievement, but yeah, it looks like the highest one on here is only like 1.6. So,
yeah, most of the people who play through
the
Pixel Remasters are going to finish the games.
So
they're not difficult completions.
So how is this one? I'm assuming you've already completed 1 through 4.
Yes.
All right.
And now at this point, the only ones I haven't played through all the way out of the main numbered ones is 9 and 16 now. Because I don't count 11 and 14 because they're the online ones.
Yeah, they're MMOs.
I mean, I could play 11 with retro achievements. Because they do have a partnership with one of the fan servers for the PS2.
Oh, okay.
So and then of course 14 is still ongoing right now, so I could work on that one.
Yeah.
But I finished 1 through 5 now. I've done 6. I've done 6 a while ago, but that was like on. I think I beat the GBA version when I was a kid. And I only did it once. So So with that, and I also have done 7 and 8. I've done 7 plenty of times. Done 10 plenty of times. I mean, hell, I've even done it on Xbox and PlayStation for the remasters.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at your Xbox ones on True Achievements right now, and it's like I see, you've completed a few of them, but a lot of these ones are stacks on other platforms, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that too. In 12, I did the PS2 version when I was a kid, so one of these days I need to go through it again. 13 I've done twice. 15 I've done once because they did the weird thing where one of the DLCs was a multiplayer. And what's weird is that later down the road, they decided to separate the multiplayer from the main game. But because they did that, the multiplayer achievements in the main game are incompletable now.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when
so that sucks for me because I could have done it on the PlayStation version as well.
Oh.
But because the PlayStation version multiplayer doesn't exist anymore in the main version, I can't complete it anymore. I can still get the platinum because the multiplayer was DLC, but still.
Oh, gotcha.
Because remember, PlayStation trophies, platinum trophy doesn't count the DLCs.
The DLC is the base game only.
Yep. One of these days I need to go through 16.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, have you played 16? Because I know Nightmare's told me to play it. He says it's really good.
I need to play it one of these days. But I'll probably whenever I'm done with it, I'll probably be like, this is a good Final Fantasy. It should have been a spinoff.
Oh, rather than its own numbered
because
entry.
I forgive 15 because it was originally a spinoff. It was like a weird thing that they're doing with 13, where it was like 13 the game that eventually became 15. It was originally done as Versus 13, and then Type 0, which was the PSP one that got remastered. All three of those were supposed to be like in there, and like there's supposed to be like some kind of connection between all three of them. But they even by the time that each of them released, they kind of scrapped that idea. And then Versus 13 was so in development for so long, they just decided, screw it, let's make it 15. And that's how 15 came out. And that's why that's why I forgive it for being action oriented, because it was originally a spinoff, but they made it a number because it's been so long since another numbered single player game came out.
Okay. So while we're on the topic of Final Fantasy 16, because Nightmare has told me, he's like, dude, you'll probably like it. On Xbox, at least, it's currently on sale for 50% off, and full price is only $50. I figured that'd be a $60 game, but it's $25. Or the complete edition, which is normally $70, is 50% off for $35, which includes both DLCs.
I would have. My problem with the Xbox version is it's digital only.
It is digital only.
They never released it physically.
That's such a pain.
Well, then again, the same thing with the Pixel remasters, but those were like supposed to be a special release for a physical copy on PlayStation. So it kind of makes sense why they didn't get an Xbox copy.
Yeah, that would make sense. So the completion estimate time is 87 to 109 hours. So that's lengthy, not the longest for a Final Fantasy game, but
I mean, that's typical for a JRPG.
Exactly. So if I do play it, well, there is one Final Fantasy game that I do have on my tag. I've dived it. I got the first achievement, and I will be playing it at some point. It's the only Final Fantasy game I have ever actually played. No, I played the demo for that though, and I like.
Although I've heard that Stranger of Paradise is like the Souls-like of Final Fantasy games.
It was developed by Team Ninja, which is what caught my attention. I was like, I'll play the demo, and I liked where they're going with it. Is like all these different weapons, and you can really like build your character and play it like whatever style you want, which I thought was pretty cool. But I have not played it. If I am gonna play like I don't even want to say a proper Final Fantasy because it's not really a proper Final Fantasy, but it is a prequel to the original, or Final Fantasy VII, I believe. It's a prequel to Final Fantasy.
Oh, Crisis Core.
But if I do play a proper Final Fantasy, it'll either be 16 or Stranger of Paradise. But the one that I have on my tag, I've gotten the first achievement. I dived it back when I did my dive back in May, and I will be playing it at some point. and it's because it's free to play and it's only a 6 to 8 hour completion. I see that you've completed it as well. It's
that
a beat 'em up
game.
It's a King's Tale Final Fantasy 15 beat 'em up.
So to be honest, 15 is actually action oriented, so you probably still enjoy it. Just the fact that you couldn't complete it because of the multiplayer achievements.
I didn't,
because Kingslave is based on 15. So
yeah. So okay, I just pulled up the achievements here for 15. I see. Yeah, partly discontinued unattainable achievements. That's such a pass.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, these DLCs. That's dumb. So
the DLCs are still available. It's just that one they decided to separate.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that'll be the King's Tale will be the first one I play, and then if I ever play a more proper one, it'll either be 16 or Stranger Paradise.
Crisis Core would also be a good one because that's action oriented as well.
Is it?
Yes, it was a PSP game.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've heard of that one. But
they remastered it. They remastered it though on Xbox One and on PS4.
Oh.
And it does have a physical copy on Xbox.
Let's see here. Crisis Core. Ah, there it is. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII.
That is a prequel.
Physical and digital, yep. And that's also on sale right now. $20 down from $50. So was that 60% off?
So that would be probably
off. Yep.
That would probably be where you would actually probably enjoy Final Fantasy VII.
Action RPG role playing. Oh, I should add Final Fantasy VII Remake. I am interested in playing that one since that's a more action oriented one as well. So there are a few games that are, I don't want to say tempt me into the franchise, but there's a couple games like I know where to start if I do want to get into the franchise.
Thing is though, with Crisis Core, you have to remember it was originally a PSP game. If you ever play that one, so you just got to remember some of the stuff is going to be a little bit more limited. And also, it is a prequel to the original Final Fantasy VII. So,
okay,
you know where if you played Final Fantasy VII, you know where it ends.
You know what it's leading
because of the character you're playing as.
I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know. So,
and even when you know, you still get emotional at the ending because they just do such a great job.
Okay. So, but yeah, all the Final Fantasy games on Xbox, at least that you've played, you have 100%ed. So, are you going to?
Sadly, I'll never be able to finish 11. Final Fantasy 11 was on the 360.
It was. You haven't played it though, so
no.
And you
can't play it anymore because those servers are no longer around.
Oh, the entire thing is discontinued.
Yeah, because I think the only official servers for 11 now are on PC.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it still gets updates. Let me check when the last time I got an update, because that was like a PS2 game, and I think it even had crossplay between PC and Xbox and PlayStation 2.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool especially for back then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because like you already had to connect to servers.
Oh yeah. I guess that would make it a bit easier to do some crossplay.
The last add-on was in 2020.
Wow. That's kind of nuts because that game came out in late 2000s.
No. It came out in let's see now. Release 2002.
Early 2000s?
Yes.
Holy crap.
On PS2 it came out on 2002 for Japan. It came out in North America in 2004.
Okay. Yeah, I just pulled up the Xbox 360 and it came out on Xbox 360 in April of 2006, not long after the 360 launched.
Yeah.
But yeah, all 57 achievements are discontinued.
Because the servers are completely shut down.
Yep. So, but you can still play it then, it sounds like, just not on Xbox. Interesting. So,
apparently there was rumors that they would in May 2022 they were going to be shutting down the servers, but the someone from the team said that they have no plans on shutting down anytime soon. For the PC version. So PC you can still play it officially, but on PS2 you can there are fan servers.
That's awesome. People are still keeping it alive.
Yep.
So,
I think a few. I have to look to see all the DLCs because there was weird time whenever that they had to do DLCs back then because they actually had to do
DLC
discs.
like wasn't a thing yet.
It was actually a disc you had to go buy.
Yeah, disc DLC. That's almost weird to think about.
But it might also be that only the Japanese servers might be up, maybe.
That would also make sense.
Yeah, because the Japanese love their Final Fantasies and their Dragon Quests.
Yep.
That's a series I need to get into one of these days, Dragon Quest.
Never played a Dragon Quest?
Nope.
Yeah, me either. Big surprise, right?
It makes more surprise for me because I actually do play turn-based.
Exactly. It's like, it makes sense for me that I wouldn't play it, but it is a little bit surprising that you haven't played it since that is a.
What's funny is
franchise.
I think there is 2 Warriors version of type games of Dragon Quest games.
Dragon Quest Warriors.
Yeah, something like that. And there's also a Minecraft style called Dragon Quest Builders.
I do know about that one because Lowest Expectations is a huge fan of Dragon Quest Builders. He loves those games, and he's talked about them many times on various streams. So shout out to you, Lois, if you're still here. It got brought up last night on Party Chat.
And Dragon Quest did the monster catching before Pokemon did.
Pokemon, yeah. So shove it, Nintendo. You're stupid.
Especially with all your patents.
Patent copyright about catching monsters. Dragon Quest should try to sue you or whatnot. I don't know. Anyway, so you've done pixel remasters of Final Fantasies 1 through 5. I'm assuming you're going to do 6 at some point.
Eventually,
not going to be doing it anytime soon. As far,
yeah, not for now. I think
not for now.
I'm planning on doing Clair Obscura next month.
Ah, okay. That with the the Game Awards getting announced the nominees getting announced the other day, and that being at the forefront of a lot of them. I know it's revitalized a lot of talk about that game, and heck, it's tempting me again that I might even play it.
Okay, the Warriors games for Dragon Quest is called Dragon Quest Heroes.
Dragon Quest Heroes, okay.
I think they're only PlayStation games though.
I've not heard of them. So
oh, they're PlayStation, Windows, and Switch. So pretty much everything but Xbox.
Everything but Xbox, as usual.
And they are developed by the same people who make the Warriors games. So
okay,
one of those licensed ones they do every now quite a bit often.
So, all right. Anything else on Final Fantasy?
Not that I can think of. But I can understand why people love the Gilgamesh from that game now. He's a lovable goof.
Okay. I was like, that sounds like a name of a bad guy, but
he is a bad guy.
Oh, he's a bad guy.
Goofball.
Okay.
And he ends up actually helping you in the end.
Bad guy with a heart of gold.
Kind of.
What's
the thing is though, he does have a shtick in every Final Fantasy game because he actually is one of the few characters that actually is the same character in every Final Fantasy that he appears in.
Oh, okay.
Because he got sent because he was helping the main villain, but the main villain got tired of his antics and sent him to the void. So they use that as a way to make it so like, oh, he can now go into other universes and he ends up being in other Final Fantasies that way.
Oh, okay. So it actually makes sense lore-wise on why he's able to be in these separate.
Yeah. He's in a lot of the spin-offs. He was put in Final Fantasy VIII as a summon. In Final Fantasy VIII, there's a summon called, and actually most Final Fantasies, there's a summon called Odin, of course based on the Norse god, but he doesn't use lightning. He actually is just he just does a slash damage or insta kill.
Okay.
So but in Final Fantasy VIII, if you have Odin, whenever you fight a specific a mandatory boss, so pretty much you have to go get Odin before you get to this point in the story. He actually kills Odin, but then Gilgamesh comes in as the replacement.
Like Odin dies and then Gilgamesh shows up?
Yes. And And I think in Final Fantasy 12, he's a boss that you can fight. Hey, look, it's a Paul.
Hey, what's up, Paul? Over there on the Rumble side, raiding the stream. What's up, Paul? How's it going? I know you. Yeah, obviously you were streaming. What was it that you were streaming?
Probably Arc Raiders.
Probably Arc Raiders. So if it was, how was it? Because I've not actually talked to anyone who's actually played it. I just heard reviews from.
I know he's addicted right now. I think he's going to burn himself out just like he did for Warframe.
That's his new addiction is Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
So what's up, Paul? Good to see you, buddy.
But one of the things about Gilgamesh is that he's trying to find Excalibur, which is usually a strong weapon in a lot of the Final Fantasy games, and he always finds not Excalibur, but Excalibur.
Is that like the Temu version of Excalibur?
Pretty much,
yeah. Triple rated. Oh, do you rate on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube?
Oh yeah, but he can now. He can rate on YouTube now because he's a partner.
He can. He's partner as of a couple days ago. Yeah.
Of course, YouTube's the only place that actually makes it. I think that YouTube's the only place where you have to be like a partner to be able to raid.
Why do you have to be? Oh, yep. There's the Twitch raid notification. Yeah, it makes no sense. Why the heck do you have to be a partner just to be able to raid someone? That's the dumbest thing ever. And I just realized I put the wrong thumbnail for today's stream. I put the September. I forgot to update the thumbnail. Even though I made the thumbnail, I just forgot to update the thumbnail when I scheduled the stream.
Not the worst thing.
But yeah, there's in Restream, it doesn't give you the raid notification on YouTube. So I just pulled it up on I actually had to pull up my stream on YouTube and I see the raid notification there, but I don't see it in Restream. So thank you, Paul, for the raid. That's awesome, man. Hope you had a fun stream.
Only Rumble showed it. Only Rumble showed it in Restream.
Restream, it shows it's because I don't know if he commented that or if it automatically showed up when he.
It automatically shows up that way.
Okay. So yeah, Rumble gives you the notification, but it's probably because Rumble automatically puts a comment in chat and then Restream picks that up. Twitch and YouTube don't pick it up, but I have a notification set up in my OBS for when I get a Twitch raid. I would set one up for YouTube, but there's no way to set up a notification that you got rated on YouTube like there is with Twitch. So the only way to know is to actually have my YouTube stream open and have it and see the raid notification. But regardless, I appreciate it, Paul, and congrats on getting part of the partner program. That's awesome. So, but yeah, dude is just regaling us with his adventures in Final Fantasy. But we're getting close to wrapping up here because I only got a little bit left to talk about. Once
I think I got like 2 more games and one I'm still working on. So,
okay, so, all right. Any last thoughts on Final Fantasy 5 or just Final Fantasy in general?
It was a pretty good one.
So, that was your first raid as partner. That's awesome. Now you got to go Uber. I got Paul's first raid. Thank you, Paul, for me being your first YouTube raid. I appreciate it. Go drive safe. So, all right. So, I have 2 more games to talk about, but I'll kind of just clump them together because one of them is rather short. But the second to last game I'm going to talk about here is I just finished it on stream on Monday for Metroidvania Monday. I've not got all the achievements yet, but I finished the story. And when I continue it on next Metroidvania Monday, I'll be starting the DLC. And that is a game that is now, I figured it would, but now that I've beaten the story, it deserves its place in my top 5 Metroidvanias, and that's Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This game was freaking phenomenal. I loved almost every second of the game. My only 2 gripes are there's one boss fight that just felt super cheap because this guy is.
I think I was in the chat whenever you were yelling about it.
You might have been. This one boss fight, he's retardedly fast. Yeah, the archer. His name is Menelaus. That boss fight did not feel fair at all because, you do have a bow, but you can upgrade your quiver how big your quiver is. But I didn't upgrade my bow until just on Monday because You had to in order to get all the achievements. So I now have all the achievements in the base game. But at the time, I didn't upgrade my bow at all until basically after the stream on Monday. So I just had the base 15 arrows that you start the game with, or you don't start the game with the bow, but you get the bow very early on, and you start out with 15 arrows. Once you get it maxed out, I think your max arrow count is 30. But even with 30 arrows, if you use all 30 of those arrows against the boss, you'll take just the tiniest fraction of his health away. So the arrows are meant only for like very specific use cases. They're not meant for like doing damage, really. It's for other things, for like puzzle solving and stuff. So
it may be a specific enemy here or there.
A specific enemy. There's certain enemies that like throw things that kind of float in the air, and the bow comes in really handy for blowing them up. So it makes it easier to avoid those attacks. So this boss is like stupid fast. So the only thing that if you had a efficient ranged attack, it would make the fight much easier to deal with. But like I said, the only ranged attack you have is the bow, and it's not going to do very much damage. So he's so fast and he's jumping all over and teleporting around the map. You're ending the whole fight just trying to get over to him, and then you get like one hit in, and then he teleports to the other side of the map. So that one fight did not feel fair. But all the other boss fights I thought were quite well designed. And I never felt cheated by any of the other boss fights. Just that one boss fight did not feel right.
Watch, you just didn't know the pattern properly, or didn't know the correct way to hit him.
Maybe I did. I have not watched anyone fight him, so maybe there's some strategy I was completely missing. I don't know, but that boss fight did not feel fair to me. But all the other boss fights felt great. My other one complaint is just that I felt like it took way too late in the game to get the double jump. It was like the double jump, which usually comes in the early to mid game. It was like the second to last upgrade you get in the game. So that's more of a nitpick. But the game is very well designed. It's very pretty. Some of these boss fights feel like you're watching an anime because some of these attacks are just like going to these really awesome cutscenes. The traversal and the platforming is top tier, phenomenal. The combat is great. Getting a Metroidvania that gets both the platforming and the combat like spot on, there's not very many of them.
It just sucks that the game kind of set off everyone's pattern recognition when it was first announced.
Yeah, just because of the way the main character looks. I wouldn't say there's any any of that stuff in the game.
Like I said, it was just more that it could set off the pattern recognition.
Exactly. I highly recommend it. It was phenomenal. I went and reordered my top 5 Metroidvanias, and this I put in my number 3. This game is fantastic, and I loved basically every second of it, and it is great in practically every regard. So I started that a few months ago. I've only been playing it on stream, and I finished the story on Monday. I actually started Monday's stream right before I'd finished what I thought was the second to last boss in the game on last week's Metroidvania Monday. But I didn't know how long it was going to be until I got to the final fight. And there was basically beat the second to last boss. And then immediately after that is the final boss. So I started the stream and I continued on, and I was like right at the final boss fight within a couple minutes. And I beat the final boss on my second try. So like 30 minutes into the stream, I had beaten the game. So I spent the rest of the stream just finishing up the side quests and collecting items that I missed. But what I did was, because I didn't know how much stuff there was still to get and how much longer it was going to take. So when I finished the stream, my plan was that I was off stream. I was going to finish collecting all of the little items here and there that I missed. And then there was going to be because there's this one challenge section that has these like 4 different types of challenges. I've completed one of them, and I know that some of them are like really difficult platforming challenges. I'm assuming some of them are combat challenges. But one of the achievements is for completing all the side quests, and completing all these challenges is one of the side quests. So my plan was I was going to go and collect all the stuff that I had lying around the map, and then off stream, and then next Monday, when I started the stream, I would just do those challenges, and then I would finish that. Once I finished that, then that would finish all the side quests, which would then unlock the last achievement in the base game. What I didn't know was because after I, the next, I think it was like on, I think it was last night or after the stream on Monday, I played a little more for a couple more hours, and I actually ended up getting all the rest of the achievements because I found out that those challenges, even though they are a side quest, that side quest does not count towards completing all the side quest achievements. So I don't actually have to do those challenges. So I now have all the achievements in the base game, and when I start my stream on Monday, I'm just going to go straight into the DLC, and the DLC doesn't look like it's that long. So I'm assuming that I will probably be able to get all the achievements in the DLC and get the 100% in the game in the next probably 2 streams, possibly 3. So there's not a whole lot left, and I will get the 100%, but I do have all the achievements in the base game, and that game was great. If you like Metroidvanias and you haven't played Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, go play it. I highly recommend it. It is phenomenal. It is now my number 3 favorite Metroidvania of all time. So, yeah, and then the last one I'll just talk about real quick, and then I will be done, is I did before the end of the month of October, I did another Panic play where I beat the game before it left Game Pass. It was a short little game, but I did dive it back in May when I did my dive, and that was Jusant or Jusant. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly correctly. It's French. It could be Jusant for all I know. I don't know, but it's Jusant, and it's a climbing game because Jusant means peak or summit or something in French. I don't know, but it was a short little game. It was like a 5-hour completion.
Did someone say peak?
That is all, because that is also another climbing game that recently came out. And then there's also another one that's not yet out that's also a climbing game called Karen. Not Karen like, I want to speak to your manager, Karen, but like a pile of rocks, Karen, Cairn. That one is not out yet, but it's funny how we've got like these 3 climbing games all within the span of like a year. But Jusant was leaving Game Pass, and it was a short game, so I knocked that one out, and I quite enjoyed it. I like the art style. Kind of had like this cel-shaded look, and it was bright and colorful. I did have to follow a guide because there are a lot of collectibles in it, and there is a chapter select, but if you miss any items, you have to, if it's at the end of the chapter, you have to play through the entire chapter. Not that they're all that long, probably maybe like 20 or 30 minutes a chapter, maybe 45 on the longer end of things. But still, I wanted to make sure I got them all as I went, so I didn't have to go back and replay anything. So I did follow a collectible guide. But I got all of those achievements and knocked that out before it left Game Pass. And it was a nice, cute little cozy game. And I enjoyed that one. So, but yeah, so that's basically everything I played in October. So why don't you go ahead and finish us off and take us home?
Well, since I finished off 2 longer games, I decided to play a quicker game. And I decided to play a point and click on the 360.
All right.
What do you think it is?
A 360 point and click. Is it a Telltale game?
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
I decided to play Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. It's technically a point and click, even though you play it in first person or third person. It's the same style of game.
Because I've played I don't know if both of them were on 360, but I played the Xbox One version of Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment, and then Devil's Daughter was the second one. I think the one that you're talking about though is a different. They're not connected, other than they both have Sherlock Holmes in them. I would assume.
I can always check to see if they're connected in a way that let me see.
You said versus Jack the Ripper?
Yes.
Let's see here. It is. They're both published by Focus Entertainment, so they might be connected.
They might be, yeah.
Spider and
Developers, Spiders, and Frogwares.
Yeah, they might be connected because the one that I played is also published by Focus and developed by Frogwares.
This might be the first one then.
That could be. So I actually played both of those just earlier this year, I believe. Crimes and Punishment, I played. Let's see here. Oh, I played it last year. I played March of last year, and then Devil's Daughter I played in November of last year. So not that long ago. I was actually talking to Nightmare about it recently because we were talking about Sherlock Holmes games. The two that I'm talking about, Crimes and Punishment and Devil's Daughter, they changed the character model for Sherlock between the first one and the second one, and they changed the voice actor. And I like the character model and the voice actor from the first one better than the second one. I don't know why they changed it. It's like, even if you got a different voice actor, you could leave the character model look the same. I don't know why they changed the character model, but they changed both, and I liked it in Crimes and Punishment better than in Devil's Daughter. But anyways, tell us about versus Jack the Ripper, because I don't know about that one.
Pretty much it's just it's you have the guy murdering prostitutes, and you're just going around the city just finding clues and whatnot. In a way that it's like a point and click. So pretty much you can go in you can do it in first person instead of how you would how most people would think point and click would be. You have to, and you can pick up items and you can combine them to get through puzzles.
Does it have the web of intrigue?
I think it does,
because that was in the two that I played.
It has something similar to that, I think.
So looking at
it's probably it's probably like a predecessor of it.
Yeah, looking at the series, it looks like that is actually the prequel to the ones that I played.
It looks like it's the first one that they ever made. So I started the right one.
Yeah.
But the main reason why I started playing that one is because it was actually in a stack of 360 games that I had, and in an easy to get grab spot. So I just like, you know what, I want to play this.
And so, I didn't even know about. So looking at it, there's actually the one that you played, and there's also a European version, and they're two different achievement stacks. So you could stack it again. And then same with the one after that I didn't know about either. The Testament of Sherlock Holmes also has the US and a European stack. So, and then the next one is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, and that one's actually currently on sale for $4.50, down from $45.
No, wait, the next one is the Crimes and Punishment.
Well, I meant after the one that I played, because Crime and Punishment is next, and then Devil's Daughter. Those are the two that I played. The one after that I haven't played is Chapter 1, and it's on a heavy, steep sale right now.
Why is it called Chapter 1?
Yeah, maybe it's also a prequel. And then there's Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. I didn't know about that one either.
Oh, wow, there's an absolute deduction bundle.
The Sherlock Holmes The Awakened is also on sale for $4, down from $40. Maybe I'll pick those two up just to get more in the series.
This one I used the physical version, so physical copy.
Right.
Because the 360 games are no longer purchasable on digital because they were not backwards compatible.
Yeah, so the Crimes and Punishment has a 360 version, and it's not backwards compatible, so they re-release it as an Xbox One version. And that's the one that I played. That's what I got. I got both of those, Crimes and Punishment and Devil's Daughter, via Games with Gold. I never bought them myself. But yeah, the same thing. Oh, and then Devil's Daughter, I think that one's actually been delisted. Let's see here. It has been delisted. And it does have a physical, though, but the digital's been delisted, and they re-released it as the Devil's Daughter Redux, and that's the one that's currently available. There's been a lot of weird things going on between the developer and publisher because, like I said, the publisher of those other ones was Focus Entertainment, but the Devil's Daughter Redux is both developed and published by Frogwares. So there's been some weird stuff going on between the developer and publisher on why a lot of these versions have been delisted and then re-released on a newer platform.
So that means that Crimes and Punishment has 3 stacks.
Crimes and Punishment has the 360 version and the Xbox One version. Devil's Daughter
and the Redux version.
Wait, Crimes and Punishment has a Redux?
Yes.
Oh, it does. I didn't even see that one. I just glazed
the Redux is a digital only, though.
So the Crimes and Punishment, so it has the 360, the original Xbox One, and a Redux. And then Devil's Daughter has the Xbox One version and the Xbox One Redux. So I didn't notice that one. So yeah, there's 3 stacks of Crimes and Punishment, but the Xbox One version, the one that I played that I got through Games with Gold, is delisted, but that one does have a physical version. But
I think I got that one with Games with Gold as well.
The the question is the Redux of Crimes and Punishment, that one is digital only, but that one is available. Interesting. So yeah. Weird stuff going on between the publisher and developer on why there's so many different stacks.
At least they fixed it. But at least they fixed it though.
Yep. So
that doesn't happen too often.
So what did you think of the Jack the Ripper one?
I thought it was pretty good.
I'm assuming
I can't talk too much about it, or else I'll go into spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah. I'm assuming it's probably, let's see here, pretty quick.
It's an 8 to 10 hour completion.
Yeah, pretty short one. Not back.
There are a couple of missable achievements though, so I would just suggest to look at the achievement list just to see where they are.
It does have a walkthrough, so it's been delisted, and so if I was going to play it, I would have to get a hold of the physical copy. Oh, interesting! It's only got a 2.86 out of 5 stars on True Achievements, so not terribly well liked.
It wasn't bad, but I'm pretty sure some people didn't expect it to be just a point and click as a third person and a first person perspective.
First person perspective. Yeah,
I'm just gonna look up on eBay to see how much it is.
Crimes and Punishment has a 3.5, so quite a bit higher rating. So your Devil's Daughter has a 3.56. Really?
It looks like it's about $15 on eBay.
Okay, that's not bad. Interesting that Devil's Daughter has a higher rating than Crimes and Punishment. I liked Crimes and Punishment better than Devil's Daughter. I mean, it's not by much. It's only 0.05 points, but yeah, interesting. But yeah, maybe I'll go and play a few more of these and kind of get a higher series completion in these games.
Actually, Testament is only like $10.
Oh, physically?
eBay. Yeah.
Open up.
And those are complete in box too.
Nice.
So if you just wanted the disc, it'd probably be like $5.
Interesting, because most of these games are like 6, 8, 10 hours, but chapter 1 actually says 20 to 25 hours. That one's significantly longer than the rest of them. Interesting. Testament of Sherlock Holmes was published by Atlas.
Yeah, that was weird.
Huh. At least the 360 version is. Let's see here. Crimes. No. Oh, that one only had a 360 version.
Yep.
I was trying to look at chapter 1. That's
and by the way, it was published by Atlas in North America, but in Europe, it was still published by Focus. That's weird.
That is odd. So,
always fun finding weird things like that.
So, yeah, maybe I'll pick up some of these at some point.
Yeah, if you still have a 360, you might as well pick it up.
I do. Yep, I still got plenty of 360 games that are not backwards compatible.
I've got like 3. I've still got 3 working 360s.
Nice. Although the only thing I've actually played, I dived because when I did my dive back in May, I had a number of non-backwards compatible games that I dived. But the only 360 game I've actually not backwards compatible that I actually put some time into in the last, I don't know, couple of years is Rock Band.
I wish I could still play those.
I pulled out my drums a couple times over the last couple of years and played here and there for a little bit, which I was just thinking about today. I was like, I need to pull my drums out and play some more Rock Band. So, all right. So that was
nice quick completion that I finished in like a couple days.
Was that? I thought you said you had 2 more things.
Yeah, so there's one more game, and that's another 360 game.
Okay, so you did Sherlock Holmes and
99 Nights.
99 Nights. Interesting. That's kind of like a Muso game, right?
Yeah, and it definitely shows that the Megaforce, the ones who've been making the Warriors games since the beginning, they got the formula right. Even Dynasty Warrior 6, I think, is better than this game. I mean, whenever you have like half the story not even in the game, it's in the manual, and it's in its own world, so it's like you don't understand anything that's going on in the game. You're just like killing hundreds of enemies on the battlefield, and like you have no real reason to understand why.
Are you saying that's what 99 Nights did, or is that what
99 Nights?
Okay, or is that what Dynasty Warrior 6 did?
Oh no, Dynasty Warrior 6 story mode was fine. That's actually whenever they started being a bit more personal with the story modes.
Oh, okay.
So they started. That was where Dynasty Warrior 6 was good. It's just the gameplay is terrible for a Dynasty Warriors game, but
Gotcha.
somehow 99 Nights is making it look good. Just the way the hits feel, they don't feel like they register in the same way, and it doesn't feel like there's
right.
Yeah, and not every enemy flinches the same way. So because of that, it's like it just doesn't feel right. And also, whenever you're fighting other officers, it just feels like you're just spamming attacks to just hoping that they could take the hit. Because sometimes whenever you and the enemy are attacking, sometimes you can just not both of you just miss each other apparently. Like there's like invincibility frames in your attacks. So whenever you're both attacking, you're both invincible, and
Okay.
you're just hoping that your invincibility lasts longer than theirs.
Like a crapshoot, sounds like.
Yeah. It's gonna take me a little bit, but I should be able to finish it. If I don't finish it by the time I go on vacation, I'll be able to finish it within the first week of me coming back.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Is like that's if I remember correctly, that's kind of a lengthier game. So
It's about 40 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's only got 7 characters, but there's it's got a slightly stupid grind for getting to level. It's what's crazy. It's you only get to level 9. You only have to get to level 9 with every character.
Okay.
But I think I read somewhere that the last character you unlock, he only has 2 stages, so you can only play those 2 stages to get him to level 9.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's not like Dynasty Warriors where you can go to whatever stage you want as each character in free mode. So. I think even even Dynasty Warriors 2 got that right, and that was a glorified tech demo on launch day for PS2.
Okay, so yeah, see, that was going to be my question: is how much have you got it? Have you gotten through it? You haven't beaten.
I'm working on the 4th character out of 7.
Okay. Yes, yeah.
I've already finished his story mode pretty much, and it's like 4 stages.
Oh, it's only got 10 achievements.
Yep.
I didn't realize how early of a game this was. This is August 2006. 360 wasn't even a year old yet.
Yep. So people still didn't really know what they could do with achievements, and it's like the only thing they really could have done was to pad out the achievements was just make it so you get an achievement for completing each campaign mission. That would just mean that while I'm completing the game, I'll get like 4 or 5 achievements per character. So it really wouldn't have made many more achievements in this for the list.
Yeah. But yeah, it is
I'm
nice.
just glad that there's only an achievement for getting an A rank on every stage, because getting S rank on some of these stages would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, some of these like longer games, like it's nice to get achievements as you go, which is why when I talked about Mega Man Powered Up, why I went with the subset instead of the main set, is because then I get an achievement every time I beat a level, rather than just
watch by the time you're
done with that.
By the time you're done with that set, we're gonna eventually have multi-set.
Yeah, then I could do both sets at the same time.
Yep. Clovergate kind of put a wrench in that a little bit. Yeah. Because he had to work on something else.
Yeah, if that existed, I would do that. But if they add it later on, I'm not going back and redoing it. That's for sure. So, but yeah. So,
well, usually you can ask for manual unlocks as well, because you did the subset, so that you can do manual unlock. You can request manual unlocks.
Ew. Okay. If maybe
if it like corresponds to an achievement in the main set, you could do that. Because I know for the Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, there's an achievement for getting every item. There's a subset for getting every item to their break limit, which is actually like 25% higher than their original limit. In the main set, they only had it so you had to get them to their highest level or into their break limit.
So if you get the break limit, then it automatically means by default you would have gotten the other one because it's less to achieve. Okay, because I haven't looked at the
because I know the first guy who did the Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends. He just left the last couple achievements out and just did the subset, and then he was like, "I'll just ask for a manual unlock for this."
Okay, I might be able to if they allow that, then I could probably do that at some point.
Yeah, usually they do allow that. You don't have to create a ticket or anything. You just have to go in the Discord, I think.
Okay,
but I would also reach out to the person who created the sets just to make sure.
Yeah, okay, because there are achievements for like unlocking certain characters, which I have all of them except for one because I'm this close to unlocking because you have to beat the game on hard with Mega Man, and like I said, all I got to do is beat Wily at the end, and then I'll do that.
Yeah, if that's the case, then as long as you can show that you beat those levels as Mega Man in the subset, you should be fine.
Yeah, so there's an achievement for like beating all stages on normal with each of the characters, and I haven't done that yet, but I do plan to do that with most of the characters because on the subset there's an achievement for beating each level with each character on each difficulty, but on the main set there's just beat all the levels on normal with this character. So if I have all those achievements on the subset, then I should by default be able to have a manual unlock of that achievement on the main set.
Yep. I think they can even set it so it has the same timestamp.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Cool. I did not know that was potentially an option.
Yep.
So
that's part of what makes it being a community led one really nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you for informing me of that. That is good to know for future reference. So, all right. Anything else? Last thing on 99 Nights. So you've got 4 out of the 10 achievements, and basically just getting through the game with the rest of the characters should basically be what you need to do to get those remaining achievements.
And maxing out to level 9 and getting all the S ranks.
And maxing out to level 9. Oh, S rank, A ranks.
A ranks. I mean, yeah. I always think S ranks because I've always had to do with S ranks whenever it comes to an achievement.
For DMC. So, how much time would you say you've put into 99 Nights so far?
I'd say probably about 15 hours.
So, and it says 40 to 50 hour estimated completion.
It's mainly because of that grind to level 9. Because whenever I go through a character, I don't just continue on to the next character once I beat their campaign. I then just grind them out to level 9. That way, I can just be like, I'm done with the character. I don't have to touch them again.
Yep, be done and not have to worry about it again. That makes sense. So,
although the one thing about the level 9 achievement is that it's not even just getting the level 9. You then have to beat every level again as level 9.
Oh, that's annoying.
But at the very least, the stage you got to level 9 counts if you leveled up during that level.
Oh, okay.
So
one less level to do.
Luckily, the most stages for a character has been 6, so it's not like it's that bad. It could be way worse.
Could be worse, yeah. But could be. It's like, come on, just shave off a little bit of time.
Yeah, seriously.
So, all right. Well, I think that will wrap it up here for tonight's episode of Achievement Chasers.
What are you planning to play next?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, on the agenda, I'm going to be finishing Doom, the Ultimate Doom. I still have to. I got to do episode 4, which I think is called "Thy Flesh Consumed." And each of the 4 episodes has 8 levels with a hidden 9th level, which you have to reach. In order to reach, you have to find a secret ending in one of those. Each episode is different. Like episode 1, in order to get to episode 1 level 9, the entrance was hidden in episode 1 level 3, but then in the secret level in episode 3 was hidden in episode 3 level 6. So there's one hidden level in each of the episodes. Those are not required to have the story completion, but of course I will be doing those levels as well at some point, just not at this time because I'm kind of on a time frame. So, but I will go back and get all those achievements for getting 100% of all the kills and items and secrets and getting all the par times for all the levels. There's still, even if you do that on every level, there's still a couple achievements left because the game has 118 achievements in it, and I currently have I think 56.
And just to let you know, when it comes to Doom and retro achievements, they're trying to work on getting DOSBox to work.
That would be great.
So guess what happens whenever they get that working and Doom is available? You have
There's
all those Doom
a
WADs.
crap load of Doom retro achievements.
I think because you have all those WADs out there that they can make individual achievement lists for.
I did not think about that until just now. That would be great. Because
I think
Doom
that'd be
is
the
one
only
of the
way we
most
could
modded
get.
games
I think that'd be the
ever.
only way we could get James to get involved in retro achievements.
It's like, hey, you can play Doom, and all your different Doom WADs all now have retro achievement sets. That would be great.
As long as they work on DOSBox.
So,
but it would be funny if all of a sudden now Doom has more achievement sets than Mario because of the hacks.
Oh, that I would not be surprised by that at all. Because yeah, Doom is like one of the most modded games of all time.
Outside of Super Mario World. I actually think Super Mario World might have more hacks at this point.
I have a couple of them, but I haven't really seen that many of them.
There is a lot.
They're on retro achievements. So there's what I was going to say is I've told you this before, but I was surprised when I was looking at Doom, like how few Doom games have retro achievements. There's really not that many. But yeah, if we get DOS support, then that'll change that for sure. Because DOS is listed as one of the platforms, but there's no actual DOS games. I don't believe there's any DOS games
because they're still getting it working.
So because there's some of the old games that I had as a kid that were DOS games that I would love to play for retro achievements, like the original Dark Forces or TIE Fighter. Some of those old Star Wars games were great. But as of right now, the only Dark Forces that has achievements is the PS1 version.
Actually, there are 10 versions of Doom that on retro achievements that have achievements.
Yeah, I just figured with how many like versions of Doom there are out there, there would be more than that.
Because they have the PS1 version, the Super Nintendo version, GBA, 32X. There's the GBA version of Doom 2, N64 for Doom 64, Final Doom for PS1. They have the Jaguar. They have the 3DO.
One thing that I was quite surprised is they well, I guess this isn't a retro achievement thing. This is just like, why did this never release? They released Doom 1 on Super Nintendo, but they never released Doom 2 on Super Nintendo. Why? You got Doom 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance, but you didn't get Doom 2 on Super Nintendo. Because I would have preferred to play those ones.
People were disappointed with the Super Nintendo version.
Oh, really?
Like the normal players, they're like, this sucks. But like anyone who understood what was going on behind the scenes, they're like, that's still impressive. Getting the Super Nintendo to run Doom was still pretty cool for the people who knew the technical know-how. Nowadays, we could probably make a chip that actually could make it work better. But back then, it was like, that was crazy.
Because I was gonna play the Super Nintendo version just because it looks so much better than the Game Boy Advance version. Like I said earlier, it does not look good because it's so pixelated. I'd prefer to play the Super Nintendo version, but there's no Doom 2 on Super Nintendo, so I'd be going to the Game Boy Advance version anyway. So I was like, well, why not just play the Game Boy Advance version for both versions? So I had 52 out of the 118 achievements in Doom. I do plan to get probably 80 or 90% of them, and that'll just come from doing the part-time and getting the 100% on each level. But there are still some achievements for you. There's an achievement for each of the 4 episodes for beating the entire episode on ultra violence in one session. So you can die, you just can't turn the game off. Otherwise, you have to do the whole thing over again. I don't know if I'm going to do those ones. I probably could because that's only one difficulty up from Hurt Me Plenty, which is the normal difficulty. And the Hurt Me Plenty difficulty isn't that bad, at least episodes 1, 2, and 3. Episode 4, like I said, I haven't even been able to beat the first level on episode 4 on Hurt Me Plenty. So that one is tricky, but I may give those a shot and try to beat them on ultraviolence. And then there's a couple achievements for doing a couple of things that are pretty easy. I just haven't done them yet, for like getting 15 kills in a row with a chainsaw and like 10 enemies and with a rocket launcher while invincible. So
the main version of Doom that they're missing whenever it comes to all the ports it seems like, is the Saturn version.
Okay. And then there's an achievement for beating the first level of each episode. So episode 1, level 1, episode 2, level 1, episode 3, level 1, episode 4, level 1, without firing any weapons, which you can't do it on the easy difficulty, but you can do it on I think on the because there's a difficulty between easy and normal, and I think you can do it on that difficulty. So that shouldn't be too bad, but it is a 100-point achievement, so maybe it is really difficult. And then there's the other 100-pointer is for beat all levels on Knee Deep in the Dead, which is the first episode, on Nightmare in one session, which is the hardest difficulty. Or no. Oh, wait. Nightmare. I because they're not labeled easy, normal, hard, and stuff, I always get them mixed up. Nightmare is the second hardest difficulty. Nightmare is the hardest difficulty because Ultraviolence is the second hardest, and then Nightmare is the hardest. So you have to beat the entire first episode on the hardest difficulty in one sitting. I don't know if I'll do that one. So I'll probably get all but maybe like 5 or 6 of these achievements. So I'll have like 95% completion when all is said and done. But I'm not going to be doing that before the end of the year. I'm just going to work on finishing the story. And then as soon as I do that, like I said, I did already start Doom 2. I beat like the first couple levels. But then the next thing I'm focusing on is Doom 2. But that one is actually really easy because there's an achievement for getting all the secrets and all the kills, but not all the items, which makes it way easier. And I don't believe there's any difficulty-based achievements, so I should be able to get all the achievements in Doom 2 pretty easily. And then on the Xbox side of things, I'm working. The other thing I didn't mention, because I did most of it this month, but I am also working on Anthem, getting that knocked out before it closes in January. So that's the main thing I've been playing in November, but I think I've got 4 achievements left. So I'm looking pretty good to be able to get that done before it closes in January. But that's like the priority number 1 on Xbox is getting Anthem taken care of. And then I've been playing Tony Hawk 3+4, just like Mega Man Powered Up. I've just been piecemealing that, playing that a few minutes a day here and there. And then let's see here, Ninja Gaiden 4. That's also high on the list of getting that done before the end of the year. And then I did just play a game and 100%ed it all yesterday, but I'll talk about that next month. What about you?
Whenever that is.
Yeah. What's the next step on your agenda?
Well, for me, I'm going to continue finishing up 99 Nights and Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow night and hopefully finishing up Ninja Gaiden Sigma tomorrow night.
Sorry. I didn't catch Nightmare's comment. He says, I'm glad I'm the hardest because I was talking about Nightmare difficulty in Doom.
Yeah.
And different Nightmare, but good wordplay.
The Nightmare version on GBA is probably easier because of the hardware limitations. At least according to other Doom ports.
I don't know. That would stand to reason, but I don't know. It could be worse. But it does play well. As long as you don't have the map overlay on, then it chugs to a crawl. The frame rate does.
But so yeah, I'll hopefully be done with Ninja Gaiden Sigma. And when I come back from vacation, I'll start Kingdom Hearts. Either on PlayStation 4 or a Steam version.
And the original Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, I'll do that one on stream.
Oh, it's gonna be your next stream game. You're not immediately going into Ninja Gaiden 2?
Nah, I kind of want a cleanser.
Need a palate cleanser. Completely understandable.
Yeah, and also it'd be fun to have Kay watch me for like the first couple streams whenever she's getting ready for the awards show.
That'd be great.
Like just have me on a second monitor and just watching me actually do it correctly.
She's like, this is how you play Kingdom Hearts.
Yep. But other than that, I'll continue working on 99 Nights, and then I'll probably move whenever I get back from vacation. I'll be moving on to Clair Obscura.
Okay.
I'll probably play a Pokemon game. I'll probably play another Pokemon game while I'm on vacation, while I'm visiting my parents.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Nice little portable game. I had realized this before, but I forgot it until last night. Because I hear a lot of people call it Clair Obscura. There's no A at the end. It's just Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So I realized that last night. I'm like, I just thought it was Claire Obscura because I heard so many people say that, but then I saw the title of the game. I'm like,
well,
oh,
it is
there's no
French,
A at
so
the
they
end.
do say things weird.
That is true. But all right, let's see here. Where is what I was looking for? There, that's what I wanted. Just want to make sure I got this right. Do I not have? Oh, I do have one for you. Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, as always, great talking achievements and games with you. It's been a while because we had to push this back a couple weeks from. We typically do it at the beginning of the month, but we just had stuff going on. So glad we could make this happen. So, what do you got going on? Anything else besides Ninja Gaiden you want to mention?
Nothing I can think of because next week is Thanksgiving. So
yeah, I will be doing Metroidvania. Well, I'll talk about that in just a moment. But if you're not, go subscribe to Dude. He is a hardcore achievement hunter, even well more than I am. He puts himself through more pain than I do. So go give him a follow, and he is a good dude. So, but yeah, as for myself, I will be doing Metroidvania Monday on Monday, and I will be continuing Prince of Persia Lost Crown. I will be starting the DLC and trying to get through that as quickly as possible. And then that's the only thing I have on my agenda for next week at this point in time, because next week would have been a party chat week, but because last night's party chat was postponed from last week because I had car trouble, I don't think we're going to do party chat back to back. So I haven't talked to Carl and Ryan about it yet to see if they still want to do one next week or not, but we'll probably won't. The next one will probably be on the 2nd. So yeah, as of right now, the only thing I have planned is Metroidvania Monday on Monday. So I would also, if you like Metroidvanias and you like my personality at all, come hang out with me as I play Prince Persia Lost Crown. So, but dude, thanks for hanging out with me for a few hours, talking some more video games. As always, that's the whole reason why I started my channel. So I am always down to talk video games. So thanks for hanging out with me. And, this show was all Dude's idea. For anyone who doesn't know, he's like, hey, why don't we do an achievement show? I'm like, that's a great idea. So I've had a lot of fun doing this over the last 2 years with you, and look forward to continuing this as we go. So, all right, everyone in chat. Paul, again, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And everyone,
triple raid.
Triple raid. And everyone who came over from that raid or was here from the beginning, like Nightmare, thanks for hanging out with us as we ramble on about achievements for 3 hours. And we'll be back with this. We'll be doing this again sometime in December, covering what we played in November. So thanks for hanging out with us. And Dude, as always, great chatting with you. And everyone, have a great night. And we'll see you later. And as always, in the meantime, game on.